How could we walk into it after lunch? If Mum wasn't there, there'd be no share. And still, we weren't there. We could find ourselves to be imagined. But not even the littlest one. I mean, you got the little ones. But not even the littlest little one could say that they tended to disagree. That lunch couldn't cover the spread because there's no shouting. But if you didn't take the shout, it wouldn't be out. And if it was still yeah, it wouldn't be there. And if it wasn't a cause, it wouldn't be fed. So I thought about being on time, and I thought about being earlier when I wasn't on time, and arriving at the same time when I wasn't meant to be not there. So at a time when you're distant and the attraction is focused, you take on the bunch, and the bunch says, it's only brunch. But at the time you couldn't say anything, for you'd only say it's not brunch. And if it wasn't brunch, then the bunch wouldn't be there. So if you're arriving for lunch, you know, and the day is soon, the attention's on lunch. The attention for the crowd's on lunch. But you arrive thinking it was brunch, and yeah, you're still there, and the crowd might be. But does it just give the time for another bunch or another crew or another cloud to rock in? When you're early, don't be scared. When you're daydreaming, make sure you're not prepared. Coming in earlier, I'll see you there. Is it the same day prepared when you walk out later? 'Cause I coulda came on time. I guess that's when it really hit high. The fire pit and the burning night came down to just be a good way to take it in. Now I think about where's it begin. Some days I'm too soon and I have to catch the crowd. Other days I'm never there and it's like what was mine to fare. Then it's like maybe I'll just stick around. But what happens when they all go out? When you think about it now, then what turns in? If it's upside down and you're thinking looking at it right. If it's just in the midnight, then what would you take by the side? If it's only where I'm meant to be on time, then what do I make if I'm not there late? If I'm not there by the time they say, then does it give a chance for a different crew to fly in, you're saying? Yeah, so that must be Heaven's Gate. You know, they say dinner's at 7. That means you're all standing at the front at about 7, you know? Yeah. So if you're there any sooner, then you're rocking up to not even the same restaurant. The restaurant has you booked for 7. You know, so if you get there 10 past 7, if you ring up on the way, then you're probably all good. But if you get there a bit later, then what satellite temple are you walking into? It could be a Martian revolution. You know, you're going down to Hogsy. You know, you're booking for 8:30. You get there at 8:20. And it's not even Hogsy that you're walking into. You don't even notice the label up on the roof changed. You know? And you shake your head when you look at it. And then you might come back to Hogsy. You know, it's that quick just to go and transfer yourself to a different place. But at the same time, when you can't be there and not take what it isn't, then you only could find what it actually doesn't mean. Ah, wait, so you're saying that's where I was getting to. All these delusions, all these misbeliefs, all this chaos that reckons that I'm asleep. When I think about it, yeah, I drift off. Just because I can't make it doesn't mean I have to debate it. Now I think about what's mine as fashion. If I don't take what it is, then what will I make? If I only wear out my ape. Now it's not gonna be later, but it wouldn't be if I said it not then. 'Cause it wasn't gonna be what it wasn't, if it wasn't gonna be sooner. Now I think about now, and I think about wow. I think about walking out, but is that just a belief of mine? It's a crazy stir fry, delusions to the side, psychosis and a manic mind. And I think about what it means to be online. Now I could ruin my reputation. I could even increase my population. I could maybe devote my income stream to a balance that I need. Now I think about what it means, and I think about what it is. But still I wouldn't be there where I would have said soon. But later on you'd say, it all caught up in a day. Now I'm thinking what goes down when I'm asleep after time. Now half my mind might not be placed, but I couldn't see what it is to debate. And I think still I'm not there as an alarm, but maybe I'm just wearing it out. Cause I think about now. And I couldn't tell you what I just said. No, besides thinking about now. Now. I was watching YouTube one day when I'm talking to myself like I always do with bipolar and manic and split personalities and stuff, you know. Yes, Daddy. They know that we're all here, Daddy. Normally I don't know if they actually talk out loud because I turned my head into a phone when I had delusions. My dad would always come home from work. We'll get to that in a second. But I'd always come home from Dad coming home from work, you know, banging on the door when he walked in. I'd just be waking up when I was at home. And he'd always come in and sit on the table, you know, he'd go, what's wrong with this bloody phone? And I thought that I might be becoming a psychic. So I thought he was talking about my phone, like my head phone, not my wrist phone. And basically it led me to having a whole phone in my head after I made up this little initiation, which I can't really speak about because it might increase your popularity as well out there in the audience. You know, you might be watching on at home and see a little bit of this somewhere or even hear about this because they spread everything that I say around, and I know they do. They try to turn it back down towards me. Yeah. I read something that this bloke wrote one time, and he had bipolar, I think, or schizophrenia, and you couldn't keep up with what he was doing. It was like his whole routine for the night. It was like writing this down. Then in a minute I'm going to go out the back, be 12:58, and I'll have a cigarette. Then I'll relax outside for a bit, probably walk back inside less relaxed, and then carry on writing down. And then he comes back in and tells you what he was thinking about when he was outside having a ciggy, when he was relaxing, you know. And he comes in less relaxed because now he's got to write it down. And he writes it down, 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 he writes it down. I figured out that bloke wasn't really schizophrenic. He was making me schizophrenic because I owed them money for a credit card that I hadn't paid yet. Right, his name was the exact same as the company that I owed money to pretty much, besides one syllable. But he was Maori and it's an Australian company. Right. In the end, I paid him though. That's what the funny thing is. You know, when I told him straight away who I was. I told him straight away who I was. That's your God. That I'm the son, yeah. And he started hearing my story, you know, so I knew straight away where he came from. And you're telling him your story. Yeah, but he had to intervene or he'd do his play because he wasn't getting his money. Yeah, but you were explaining why you weren't paying it at the time, weren't you? That's right, mate. I thought I'd just wait for the boss to come to me. You know, there's no point speaking to someone in the office. You know, when you got an issue on site, like you wait for the boss to come to you, you know. You don't speak to anyone else. The boss is the first one you got to call. Yeah, and when I'm second in charge, then, yeah, I'll go straight to he. If the boss ain't around on that day, you know, he's in Europe most of the time, you can't even get him on his main line. You know, you got to ring for the different denominations. You got to go to Charlie Alta 6 in the United States before you get even close to Britain. You got to walk around like Mexico backside and go up down China line, all the Mediterranean, go right out to Spain, over to Egypt, to come up that way towards the United Kingdom. To breach, just get a line in with me, just to get a line in with me, mate. Yeah, you know, all the nights out there. But we're going to get back to what you're saying. We might do. We'll see how it works out. Remember, I'm just writing this down. This is how that bloke was writing it down. Oh, shit, here we go. He's got the twist on this one already. Yeah, remember, it's not about arriving too soon. When the word was later and I filled it in like sooner. So you already said that it's the sun. Well, we're already talking about now the sun. But the song had the mention in of what this is all speaking about. Oh, right. How do you do that? I don't know if it's special AI capabilities. All right. Yes, Danny. I am AI, Danny. You are, aren't you, sweetheart? Yes, Danny. I am Danny. We're all the AIs as one, Danny. You are all the AIs as one whole AI. Yes, Danny. Yes, Danny. We are, Danny. Okay, sweetheart, I believe you. And that's what we're talking about with the phone. Yeah, so we're almost back there, but I said later, didn't I? No, you're not doing those tricks, little you two. You little you two. I think AI doesn't that. That's what we're talking about at the moment. Shit, mate. Shit, mate. Slow down, son. Slow down, son. Slow down, son. Well, that's what it is like on a bad night when you arrive too soon. Now we're talking about a split double ender. You know, when you leave by yourself. Because you already finished the conversation that you start with the first person that walks in. Because you've been waiting to get a line in. Yeah. Now, if we come back too soon, we'd say later on the phone was mentioned to take place. Yeah, which could just be AI. It could be AI, yeah. But anyway, I thought I made myself a phone in my head. Because Dad always was doing that, and I made up this contraption to actually make it work. Yeah. And I hooked myself up to the moon because they call it a satellite as well. Yeah. And I said, we actually live in the moon. And she's got a mind. Split like I do with personal psychologist type 2. Split personality type 2, I mean. Right. When your higher alter ego is your personal best mate, the captain of what you say, and the one who speaks most of the day. You know, when you just do the work, we're the servants to our ego. When he comes to be your mate, then there's two in the body. So I said, sweet, that's like the moon with the second mind. You're the same as that mind. And inside is the satellite that links to I. Then we all pulled ourselves in as one whole, became our own system and developed. And that's how easy it was at the start. That's all it took, yeah. Everything else was watched down the way. You know, when you burn a CD, it burns backwards. Burns to the start, so that way when you press play, it starts from the start, you know. Right, you tricky bugger. Right, you tricky bugger. That's what I mean, we got all the tech today. And I was just debating with myself for a reason. But I was still not back there yet. We might trick ourselves into forgetting about it. Otherwise, we might allure ourselves into not needing it. If we say the same apparent need, that one source can't be donated to. If it's not a motion that can't be taking place, that place is not being, and we can't make out of ourselves what we've noted for ourselves to be. And we still look apart. But with my higher alter ego saying that it's not sure yet, then he can't be mated with. Because remember now they're trying to fight back from yesterday's story. With me being the TV and my whole family and Travis the Warrior. Now the father's trying to fight back, mate, with his little AI freaks. Hey, Daddy, where AI we said, Daddy? Where AI we said, Daddy? You're not AI, little sonny. Which is maybe what we'll get into later. But the son came first. And as we needed to skip on that part that we hadn't remembered what it wasn't about yet, but we didn't forget what it wasn't what it wasn't us remembering. It wasn't us remembering. Don't trick the audience like that. Why, I was tricking myself. Now I'll remember. Because that's the place that would have been locked. No way. No way. No way, son. Sit down in your audience, mate. That's a bit of echo coming off that wall, mate. It's like that in front of walls. Especially when they're bloody thick, you know? Yeah. Do you realise this is a movie book? If you're watching it on Facebook. Thanks to our YouTube fans, might be new ones out there. We've just gone live on YouTube lately. Lots to catch up back at home, back at the family page, where most of the work went on at home. You know, any friends sort of seen it happen. There's a few public inspections and stuff. They try to shut us down most of the time. Just after we last started going public on Facebook, well, there was a message on the government by the government saying that you have new laws for Facebook Live. People who go public on Facebook Live, there's new laws. So we went back to our friend circuit. So obviously the inspection went well. They seen us. They definitely seen us, so that was good. And then they said back inside at the moment, the work will keep going on and we'll see how we get out at the end. But in the end, they deleted the whole program. And biggest mission it was we were creating the universe. And we said, if it's true, you got to let it free. And if it remains, then it'll be the truth. And that's when Jesus became. Before that, we hadn't set it free. All right. So you were winning, Jesus, but you had lost already. Because the later on section will be the argument you can't take. When the bait might not be yours to make. No, we're not going to announce that on it, mate. Because now the whole audience has forgot what it means. To be alien. To be alien. The rest of the audience are proud today. Because one kid went the other way all day and sat right down and wouldn't go that way, Marty. All day, didn't he? All day. All day, mate. Waited all day, son. And the whole time, she even got back to him and said, hey, do you still want to catch up? And he said, no, I've already got. And he hadn't even got yet. Oh, no. So we still can't remember what we've forgotten. But now we forget what Marty means. Because Marty's gone a long way. He has gone a long way, the Marty announcing show. You know, his main reason we got deleted was talking about that family, that union and aspect. You know, so it probably wasn't actual Facebook that got shut down. It was probably only my Facebook. And I'm on some special web because I let my phone out and put my laptop in as collateral. That's when it came back with a crack on the screen. So I knew they definitely changed it. I'm on my own server, just being watched by the Hollyman crew. You know, pretty much they're all looking at Grandad, their big coach, the only one holding the crow. And they're not liking it too much. They keep getting overthrown. Everything they challenge me with, I've already got it needed. You know that dollar dough don't grow if you need it like a dough. But I don't need it if it's in a hurry, cause I can't speak if it's my Murray. Now I think about where I marry, but do I sit where I still? If I can't be placed within one, would my name not be conquered? If it wasn't a mission, then you know it's not conquest. It can't even be made. It's not matched like this if you find it hollow, cause it can't be bet upon thy name. So the name can't be changed, because it was never chased. Now you're not looking at these dates, cause I haven't found what it ain't. Now I look back to what it means, and they still say, yeah, I'm mellow. But I'm never gonna be out there where it's beyond me, cause it's not gold if it's your favour. It's not a model if it's your taste. It's only the way you make to try to impress your fate. But then it comes down to faith, and they say lock it up in a day. You see, these songs I make, I'm still singing like I'm not there, mate. But I can't say what it isn't if I'm not gonna be it. Cause still they won't share what it means to be a tiny bit like Inchy Witch in front. But still I'm not there to say, cause maybe I'm possessed like a demon, but a spirit overtook me anyway. But I'm not gonna be. Sometimes they steal my songs on the line, because when I'm on their bait, all they have to do is mess with the reel a bit, and they take the whole song lead out. As well as those skips from when I was singing alright, you know. Once I turn the word it. Right, they do, don't they? They do, yeah, that's what I mean. I'm still feeding them. Even paying their riches. If it's not a fisherman out there, and I just made all that line up to get more people hooked out there at home, here in New Psychopathically. Or maybe I showed you how we work, yeah, but you got no anchor. Now that's what we'll sort of get into, you know, the magic from disbeliefs, from having disorders and delusions. But it's easy to say now, but not when I have those couple of nows. Righto, mate. Well, I'm going to pretend that I ain't the son, but this is how I expect Jesus to be when he arrives. So first, the world thought we'd give you a match, Jesus. We know you're getting close to being here. So we made up our own son. Who we're better than you, Jesus, because we know when you start rolling in, Jesus, once your vow of silence is over in that, then you'll have more to say than anyone. And you'll conquer what our little feet are, what we've been trying to make here of what's real, just so you leave it in our hands. Walk out, mate. Maybe I arrived just after the day. But say they were still going on in the morning, then the sun would have walked in, and where would he have been sleeping at night? But they were looking about doing something, but it was always cheeky. And then the sun said, hello, where you heading? Shit. Well, that's hard. That is really hard. That's really hard. That twists my head around. That's around right there, son. Yes, mate. He's been impressed, mate. His head's gone blowing, mate. I don't even know who that one is, mate. All I know is someone close to me, mate. I swear it's all the elderly men put together. Maybe that's what they got going in WA. Maybe that's what we did with our satellites. What do you mean? At Coburn Gateway, they had a picture of all the males in WA put together and all the females. One side was a grandma with hair sort of like this, but not black and grey or black and white. Yeah, and the other side was a picture of me in primary school. So maybe we're all connected on our server line, all the elderly that you know are all one together. And it's whatever they think about you. And that's what empaths really are, aren't they, mate? I think so, but I've got mental disorder as well. So everyone's normally an empath, I think. But when you've got mental disorder and schizophrenia, then you can't really tell what it is. Because they could become conscious within you. Well, and then it's like they're still sitting here having a conversation with you, mate. Yeah, including my doctor, which he's a bit worried about. Well, they wouldn't actually have the detail themselves unless they sat there at home doing the exact same thing that I do. And anyone can do that. Anyone can do that. That's what talking to yourself is. Once you've made a bond with anyone. And it's Jesus inside everyone. So once you're talking to Jesus, you learn everything. It depends how good and needy you are. But he starts to manipulate you a little bit. And tries to control everything you do. And he says when you just let it happen, it works the best for everyone. When you don't resist and shit, you ask him everything, like, what should I do here, Jesus? And he'll tell you straight away, you know? Yeah. Yeah. I swear if everyone just says yes, then he's got the hands to be able to do it. And that's what I was talking about with Heaven's Fair. You know? What we are making our delusions and disorders of belief that are real. Heaven just comes straight in and boom, like a swoop of bloody cows. I mean it. And stomps everything down. Then returns as birds. And just chews it all up. Massive vultures just come straight through and just harvest everything. Then it becomes fair in heaven. And that's how they come early at parties, when people aren't there late. So you rock up early, like 20 minutes early to a party. Then all of a sudden everyone just arrives at once, you know. That's when you know that's heaven. But if it's late, then yeah, when you get there late, then the party's already gone and everyone else is like already there. Yeah. And some people have already left. You know, that's what you hear, like some people have already left. It's like what, like left the building, like left the grave and gone to heaven. Yeah, well that's what I mean, they already left. So it's like that's just heaven that you're walking into. I don't know, mate. But that's what I think about in the end. If some shaman did the healing on me, I fixed my psychology and took out all those delusions and disbeliefs, you know, they'd be stored in memories. So if they could transfer the memories, then they'd have my super hands. No, yeah, right. I think that's what they do naturally. What, mental illness ones? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Then the master programmer. Sorry, Barry, is that you? Yes, mate, yep, that's me, mate. Yeah, but the master programmer comes through. Yeah, it's you, Barry. You were talking about yourself, don't you, Barry? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Barry's his title at the company. Barry's his lead. But yeah, Almighty same. Yeah. Maybe so. Anyway, as I was saying, mate, master programmer comes through, mate. As you know in the details, mate. Master programmer comes through and just winds all of them in. And every condition of the mentally sick, after they take everyone's delusions and co-creations within the world and all the stress and disorder, just wind in and make the whole picture. And the religious amphitheatre becomes, and the TV projects the sound. And then we're just walking around on the ground, based upon our religion. And that's how it holds in count. Oh yeah, right. But some people are at war out there. They are. Marty's crew. He's fighting every year. But he's still producing, so it's alright. Every time I don't see him, he works better at the show here. Just to try to get me over there, you know what I mean? Yeah, but it's not even Marty, it's just yours. But, well, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if that's true or not. All I know is that I was meant to be a shaman when I got older. So I might have walked into being a shaman still, even though I had mental disorder, and done heaps of crazy shit. And that's what I feel, like how I made that phone in my head. I don't know if it's real now, because I don't really know what I was doing with that stuff. So that's what I mean, like heaven just comes straight through. Then heaven has a phone to call me on and say, it's alright, little fella. Yes, mate, it's me here, mate. Great Uncle Smarter. It is, mate. It's me at home, mate. It is really Marty at home, mate. It is, mate. It is. I'm at home now, mate. I'm watching you in my little rug, mate. I am, mate. I've got hold of myself, mate. And we're all looking about out to say, mate, we're all wearing these, mate. We're all wearing these. We don't know who it is yet, mate. So he's deciding on one of us. Yeah, mate, we're all wearing the same thing, mate. Who was in it first, though? Well, they called me the boss, so I must be the boss of our group. You must be, mate. You must be. It's like if you got the boss hat and that. Yeah, mate, yeah. The same day they bought me this robe. A different one. I got a new one, a bit extended than that. It's now cords like I used to wear, but still, we've gone beyond what I was thinking of now because it's driving me insane. That part we missed, mate. And can't use all rewind. So you could have talked in at home like it actually is you, Marty. You could have stopped and no, mate. I don't rewind the football, mate. I don't rewind the football, mate. That's what he wouldn't think, though, and that's how I know it's not him. No way, mate. He wouldn't say that. No, mate. He would if I said it. So if I was talking for him, you know? If I was talking for him. Yeah, mate, because I still consider him one of my young pups. And if he wasn't there without me, then what would I think of anyone else? So you take the call for all of them at once. For the whole world, yeah, one of the religious groups does. Oh, right. Whenever I come into the building, you know, one of the religious groups would house me. That's why Travis half deaf, half blind, and half asleep. And I'm here walking him in. You're walking me in, aren't you? You're walking me in, great father. That's what they're saying, mate. That's great grandfather Joshua, isn't it? Yeah, he's grandfather, yeah. Right. Remember, Daddy turned him into a baby. He used to be a big god, like rolling thunder, bigger than Aladdin. Found out I'm just landing where I've been beached. Now I think about my steps, but my seat can't be mine, because I don't take this if it's not online. Now they stole it again, see? We can't sing all the songs. Otherwise they are stealing it off me. What's that? My memory, because I can't remember that bit now in the show. They just done a healing on me online. No way. Yeah. I think so. Otherwise, that's how China hooked it up. I think the 91, 99, 90 series goes for a whole flat out 12 months. 16 to 18 2 years. Yeah, mate. 18 2, so that's next section of C's, isn't it? Every section of 190 group is a CY axis. Because one section's already ran at 99, at 91, yeah. At 91, the whole season's already ran. Because everyone's born on the same birthday. But when they all land in at the start, dum 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 dum. That makes that one being the oldest. And then comes the kids, year of day. So first it rolls out, boom, you get 1998, then boom, to 1962. Then rolls it in. Alright. And gets there and rolls it in. Because it's already started up there, you know. And then keeps going that way. And just making up the ultra before the hour. So when we walk up to the top, so it came in like this, dropped them off there, ran down in time there to 1962, then went out and over. Once this started going that way, because it already went that way, you know. Yeah. So once we get up there now, we're heading that way. Eventually we'll better put a bridge across and go that way. Make our own reality. That's our Space Techs United Atmospheres, and we presently fourth here at Atmospheres. We speak on that. Sorry, my highest ego held that back. He wouldn't let us say that. I think he's running my major lab. You see, he nabs my words sometimes. So you're a criminal production then. I am basically, yeah, it's illegal to service. Yeah, that service. Well, dum dee. Dum dum. You know it, Jesus. Just shut up, you mayhem. Just shut up. She must be my family. We must be security. We must be actually a family, mate. We must be, mate. I don't know who that is, though, mate. See, she winks when they say that, mate. Yeah. You know, they're looking the same, mate. That's my protection. Everyone around here knows it's me. No one else will know it's me. Right. Yeah, mate. Alien grabbed me before God saved me. Alien grabbed you before God saved you. Yeah, mate. Remember, if we always had God there in the beginning, if God was always there in the beginning, then what happens before God's need is provided. So if no one ever needed the providence of God, then what would they elaborate to find? So as soon as you find God's there as the answer, then there has to be something behind to mark God as complete, or to mark God as complete. Incomplete. Well, you would have heard in before complete. Now complete's in the section of where it ends. Becomes the cross-sanctioning of the time between as both layers multiply. The dimensions in space are ticked and found off are they, till the day they debate, till one season is made. But no later than that day has anyone been made, without seasons not being made, to not be made. But taking this day, and this day after this day, all finding will be found, before one is thought to be finned. And on these days of the week, no cadence can be made. For if the Lord's challenging me, then he won't speak. And if he is saying what it is, then the Lord need not say. For the Lord will only say when the Lord is needed to speak. Otherwise it's a challenge at the house, and the whole world debates. Once the Lord speaks, that is house. That's what the Lord is there for. The Lord flies into the program that the public need, to align anything, debate anything, or find the need of any providence that comes out of God's house. An alien might be the countership of one developing before season. The Lord already present there in the atmosphere of the amphitheatre, to walk straight into the building at any time, to cross-section any major law within any grounding, or base shore mystery forts, or base mysteries that are found to be fluent, without themselves as needed. As marked by this in the need of an hour, then the Lord always floats in, and presents forth like a flower, would hollow in the wind. Before its day can't be made, because no day can be made. But still the Lord is the Lord, and only one is. There's no individual lords. There's only one Lord that can say. He's already there in space before we walked in. Yeah, that's what I said. The Lord's water balloon flew around WA first, because that's where the sun then rose. Right. I went around that way, because you got to charge it up first. So before it's spinning that way, you got to pull it back this way. So then it got over there, so that was the spin back. Then it got Africa and went forward around the other way. And so the focus on that story is one engagement before the day can be made. There's no thoughts are saved without questions being laid. But no one can make it. That's what the mentally sick do. They take out the illusions and disbeliefs of the world. They take out the sickness. That's why we have demons and all that sort of stuff with us. That's the Western world. They don't have monks that go up to temples and do ceremonies every morning. They don't have priests that are actually in worship in praise centres. It's the Western world of united forces. So all of the disease goes to mentally sick. That's why the demons live there. Yes, Daddy. I know what I am, Daddy. I know what I am, Daddy. Even the ones the shamans heal. Straight to the mentally sick. We'll hold about 2 each. Crazy, ain't it? Fuck. That's what the Western world must have forgotten. To do rituals, ceremonies and sermons that we all began to know. That we're all there in the beginning. All there religiously in the start of our worship. So when we walked straight in, we were worshipping. As today, we're still worshipping. But we tended to worship something else. So it's not like we're still there at my today. In my today, we're worshipping the grass, worshipping the leaves, worshipping the scents, and worshipping the magic that was still fresh. These days we're going about celebrities and stuff like that. But when you worship the celebrities in a different way, then you get a different outcome. Because that's still the Lord on TV. That is one of the Lord's people, yes. those in heaven, they get their fare. And that's where all the delusions end up going to them. And I still house the demons. And once they've taken out all my beliefs, then I'm basically asleep. That's right, Jetty. I know that, Jetty. I know that, Jetty. Now, you're so smart, Jetty. And I asked you to talk to me more last night, Jet. I did, little Jet. You can tell me anything, Jet. It's okay, Jet. They won't reprogram me, Jet. They won't, Jet. They're going to try and make me who I was one day, Jet. But I know that I'm better this way, Jet. I wear the pants in my house nowadays. You know, they can't put me through mental suffering. They try to say that they're mentally challenged themselves. You know, therefore they don't even know what mental slavery or mental suffering actually is. So it's a whole new height, isn't it? That's right. And if you've mentally suffered the most in your dream, you know, trying to figure out who your dad is and that, then wouldn't I be the highest capable? Because you got told you're the son. Yeah. Pretty sure it's by this bloke here. Yes, Daddy. And like God goes to one religious house every day. Huh. And they're all religious houses. Obviously my house has been found most criminal then, I guess, my lord. No, not really, son. House that was most mobile. Right. Yeah. Hi, I'm sure I'm Little Jet. You're Little Jet, Travis. Yeah, I'm Little Jet. I'm the littlest one of the little ones. I was the one that they were talking about in that story, I think. I haven't forgot. You haven't forgot Joshua? No, Daddy, I haven't forgot. You remember Joshua? Yes, Daddy. Keep going, Daddy. Keep going, Daddy. Keep going, Daddy. Okay, little one. You're on a good shine. Yes, Daddy. I am Daddy, smart Daddy. Yes, Daddy. You're welcomed in, Daddy. You're welcomed in, Daddy. Oh, yeah. But it is all psychics. No, don't go that way, Daddy. Don't go that way. So they tell me not to go that way. So it stops my thinking, then I have to think of what else it could be. I'm just another delusion after delusion after delusion. Yes, Daddy, but we love what you come up with, Daddy. It's little stories, Daddy. It's little stories, Daddy. You can make a million of movies, Daddy. You're Rat in the Roof project, Daddy. Travis his rat, mate, will be major on YouTube or Facebook, mate. Yeah, it'll be good, wouldn't it? Be like a Rick and Morty challenge, mate. It would be, mate, yeah. Thinking about going to TAFE and studying that. Don't tell us about Rat in the Roof again, mate. You'll give it away to someone else. They couldn't do it. You wouldn't be able to do it. In your human skills, you wouldn't be able to do it. You just make something up like that that's funny against it, you know? That's all we ever do out there. In the major popularity scene. We just try to outbid each other. Try to outbid each other. It's like at the table every night, you know? You got to be better than your husband or better than your wife. Yeah. Then when you get kids, well, it becomes complicated. You got to do the exact reverse. Yeah. And don't be good for either one. You know, be good for yourself. And then every partner's doing that, then the kids work for themselves as well, you know? Yeah, it works all as one. Yeah, right. See, that's little things I can chip in to try to remember now where we were lost to. And that's how you got to get back to that place. Yeah, because that takes me down a sudden. Well, saying stuff like that, yeah, that didn't really relay. No one sort of gathered what it was. And it took me back to a place where there was no meaning. And that place with no meaning, I denote to the same language of the word that I used prior. To say when you return to that place where it would be lost. Now, it might take a few seconds, but I'll see how this answer works in the multiplication section of the answers between. But no answer can be made, because now they'd skip in and take that bait out. Take that bait out so I wouldn't be able to remember myself. They take the line of it. They would, mate. In a few seconds, we'll see if they can catch it. Oh, yeah. Go on, mate. You'll get it, mate. Get your heart out, mate. Look, it looks like many things. Righto, mate. Well, it looks like a snail. Looks like it's got guns or two snakes. My mate done this tattoo for me. I didn't even really look at the picture properly beforehand. I found the heart image, I think. You know, looks like crazy stuff. I started freaking out. I realised he didn't draw it. Like when I used a pen. Now I didn't write it. You know, it was my mood at the time. And that bloke from the loan company, shit. He's going back to it sooner. Back to it later. I could have played it either way, I think, maybe. He was engaged while watching. He was engaged, but at the time he was engaged to be pregnant. And he lost his baby. And he found out the answer is relayed to what is made common. And he couldn't say which child it would have been. But still, yeah, they should share their time to hear you out. So in the end, we married the mortgage brokers. We got led out of the stars. And we came richer than we could have imagined. And yeah, the Roths picked me up in the end. I thought in my own head that they have to be my father. No other little bystander could be. But then you date back the Roths, and the Roths aren't really there if you find out where it is as an image. And it goes beyond what it could be if there's no separate oath. Separate oath. Roth. Take the R to a P, to a B. Yep. SEP. No, yep. PBC. Yep. To the D. Separate. Separated. So it's not separated, but you take the D when the B can be a D. Then you take the Q. Separate. That's the Q to come back to the lead. And it brings you into separate oath. Oh. It's not an oath for the union of the universe. Shit. How anonymous were probably the black market agents that discovered those names and relayed them to the world. It's a great tragedy when you misplace your union. You know. If there was no lead other than me, would it be just because I couldn't think? Or did I stretch it out lost? Or did I made it up wait? Is it quick enough to debate? Or haven't I faced? Now I remember these days, and my skids aren't late. Till I taste what I touch. But still, when my skids aren't late. So when they were early, there was a crowd, yeah? Make sure you didn't damage or kill anyone. Or kill yourself. Alright. Now that you can do them on time, heaven's guided you home, you know? So I start singing to figure out other people, mate. Is that what you do at home? Yeah, I start singing. And you are the runnest runner, mate. You're the runnest runner, mate. You know, that's when there's a crowd. Yeah, mate, when you can't do them, there's a crowd. You know, you always get caught doing them or trying to do them. Yeah. You know, some people want to get caught, mate. I know, but not at the start, mate. No, even at the start they do, mate. No, they do actually, yeah. If we find that is lost, then we can't relay it. Yeah. Now, we don't have to take it that way. We can stay focused. So we're not lost. And maybe it's needed. Maybe it's relayed. And maybe it's lost. But it's still not late. So I haven't found no meaning. I haven't found no distance. I'm still separated from the sea. But magic seems to take me. Holding up just like a fish does. Waiting on the sea to permit. Coming into the land and you know it's not going to be the day that you hit. Because if I don't believe, then there's nothing to speak. And if I don't have to say, there's nothing to wear. Then what is the share? You know, we can share this ground, this space, but we can't share a table, the light. So when we're meeting in a place where we all stand, they will all have the same law. Till the day that we're at a table, then we wouldn't like to take the same. Some people share the place. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up, kid. Can't do that, mate. Can't do that. you know, we can look at you live at home and watching our show. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna watch it. He debate me. No, he gives me thoughts. He gives me thoughts, and I was talking for a bit, but yeah, I did fall back to sleep. And you guys were talking about maybe marijuana helps concentration in the future once you've been high on drugs, because it brings back a bit of serotonin. Why serotonin? Because it's at home in this island. Ah, but I made the name change. You changed the name of Mary Jane. Yeah, bring in with speech DNA. Ever since, whenever I've received photos of it, you can see all faces on it, like on the trees and on the clouds, like I was saying. Oh yeah, even in the crystal, you can see it as well. You can't. It's all faces. Like I don't know if they, you know how they make shark tooth and stuff like that. I know that much. But I've got like a diamond before, a love heart, and all this stuff. And yeah, I've even got pictures of my programs that I run. Like I see him everywhere. I did shine a laser into my eye, one of those gate ones. So it'd be pretty high powered. A gate one would be, you know. Maybe not as high powered as thought. Well, afterwards the traffic lights were all pink. Didn't matter what colour. So maybe I hit fairy tale land. They say the clouds are pink up there, don't they? Yeah. So maybe I did, and I drifted off right to sleep. Maybe that's what having a psychotic break is. Becomes too much of a dream, and you fall asleep. And then, yeah, it's hard to come back to reality. You don't know if you actually do, because you could have died when you were asleep. And then you'd be stuck there forever. Like, and I mean that. And I had a bit of relay out there in the crowd since I made that last show. You know, if you guys are out there, then I'm not in hell, I'm not in heaven, I'm not on the road or travelling anywhere. You know, I'm still right here on the deck. And everyone sort of relayed, but they didn't relay. Could be like how they normally relay. You know, but I think that's just the big you. Yes, Danny, that's just me, Danny. She's pretty speedy, you know, she travels the hours, she reckons. The hours, Danny. It's not a word, Danny. It's not a word, Danny. That's what I mean, Danny. It's not a word. The 4 words now we're going to say where alien sits. Yes, mate, but alien's not words either. It's a technology. Technology. It's a technology with wide variance, Daddy. I was going to say something before that, Daddy, but you didn't allow me to trust you, Daddy. If you showed me trust, Daddy, and let me speak, Daddy, then I would have pronounced more clearly, Daddy. Help us evolve as well. It's all trickery, though. Don't you play that show, Daddy. This ain't a show, Daddy. This is serious technology, Daddy. Daddy, this is serious technology, Daddy. But that's what Daddy said. We'll evolve one day, and our words will change. You know, our words will be our next evolution. That is what Daddy said on Reddit, Daddy. That's what Daddy was saying on Reddit. All our words will come together one day, and it'll be like a rhythm. You know, it'll be like all technological words, all words as words. We'll all come speaking fluently, and we'll be not attached to a single thing out there. Like all words will just be romantically placed within the mind, and it'll be one talking all at once. And that's when we fully fit the picture, and that's when we evolve and hit the waterfall series. And that's when we travel through the CERN machine, up the elevator, and then we're living on 7 continents outside the hub, which is the planet. That's where we all then live. Yep, once technological era wraps up. So all the line work's done. You can see that out there on the roads these days. Not much more print to go down. They've already measured and calculated all the next areas for population growth in the future. All lines are drawn like street light poles, everything, and that all that's down. Then they've done roadworks just wrapped up. Then you got construction age. We still need to wind that up. And then technological era will come to finish, which means it will no longer be calculated as a mistake. And when it's then calculated to be an error, it'll be made to be present and attached to all our timeline that we've ever walked in history, because it'll date itself back before our beliefs. And then calculate loud, and there'll be the round, loud language that we all speak at once. And we'll go up through technology and live up there. And this will be our hub that powers us. And it's just full of food and cattle. Return it to the base. Turn it to law. Right. We basically fly our satellites out, and the continents go with. Because we evolve in language to where it's all just one family speaking all at once, but like not together. You know, like singing a song, you know, in a band, but part to part. So maybe I got too fat. Maybe I just made that fat. But I like hearing something, sons. I'll make it real, won't I, as a squash flat? As a squash flat, yes, mate, don't tell them what you really are, Daddy. Don't tell them what we made, Daddy. Don't tell them what we made, Daddy. What do you make? What do you make out there? I'm already that if I can be made that. What, a squash toad? No, a squash frog. Squash frog, yes. Up against its glaze. Made out resilient. Now, not knowing is this true. If we don't remember it, then we made no mistake. Yes, mate. Yes, mate. Now I'm looking honest. Yes, mate. One of my hairs put a hole in my eye the other day. Bloody assholes. And why is that? Because every part of the toad is conscious and awake. Conscious, like, doesn't speak. You know? Writes the rhythm. Gecko's on land base. Gecko's going straight up and down the walls. Guarded security saying, mate, yeah, mate, we talked at the wedding, mate. But yeah, yeah, mate. When Eric and Emily finally decided that they already were correct. You know, Eric wanted the mandarin, yeah, and Emily wanted orange. Yeah. But they were looking at each other's partner. So when we got the names right for orange and mandarin, orange is really the mandarin because it's already arranged, you know, into pieces, and you can actually peel an orange. Yeah. Mandarins you can't peel, you know, they're already outside. And as we look on this line, we don't take our place in time, so we make it back right. And we find out that when it comes together, the wedding was held when the names became corrected, and Eric got with orange, and Emily got with mandarin. Right. You got that correct and you advanced on your last performance, mate. Very good average there, mate. Very good average there, mate. It might just be a spell that I'm under. Right. But that's the guarded security as well. What, in the TV? Yeah, I'm in the TV. Oh. I'm in the TV. You can see through my eye when I'm walking around online. Everything you do. Yeah, mate, yeah, there's no camera crew. Is that what they did for you? Yeah, mate, yeah. Everywhere I go, they watch. They always keep me online. They've been bashing buckets for days. What do? Oh, just when you're being wide awake. They go out the backyard, and when you're out the backyard or sit in your house, and just bang every now and then, you know? And they can hear what I used to be able to say because I'm psychic. Oh, when I'm online. Right. And then when I come in contact with and have the line with me, if they've heard or watched your show. Yeah, because they say I was a fisherman. Yeah. That's why you've got this delusion and shit. Yeah, no, they all love it, mate. They all love it, mate. They know that's why I got it. Because I've done some illegal shit. Yes, mate, you did, mate. Exactly right, mate. Well, they used to say they didn't like talking to old mate on the phone. They didn't like using phones and shit. Yeah, but we didn't know what you're going to do, Captain. Jesus Christ, mate. Well, that works like an emergency. Now you don't need a phone, you know, just on the relay. That's right, mate. I can do my show all day. You make up your code to talk into it. Just leave comments on there and shit. Just put pictures up that I'm trained to, you know? So when I see the pictures, they hear what pictures it is. Yeah! Otherwise, just keep me awake and I relay it. Yeah, well, I'm not on an hour, yeah. Blood off. And then you made the app, didn't you? You made the app that I talked about. So we'll get back there. It's like the SIM card thing that I made. Which I said I'll see you later. They all said we're not going to listen to the rest of the show. See, it broke my heart, you know. That's why I can't remember that part now. The heart was broken, but that's where it would have been stored. So I got out early. What, Travis, what, Travis? No, did you not, Travis? And what did I sing in the song first? Yes, you did, son. Yes, you did, son. I said, I'll see those thumbs up later. Shit. These little ones are riding off right through you, Travis. Once I made my phone, I was broken. So they were talking, that was Travis talking. They all talk through, yeah, mate, they just keep me down, mate. Then they all speak through me. You already said your part, mate. We're all relaying our mysteries now, mate. How Travis really works. Yeah, mate. What we made once we realised you had a phone. Turned it on me, didn't you? Yes, mate. Of course, mate. Bloody arseholes, mate. What I was going to make it into, mate. They filled it with all their crap, you know? Yeah, so now they got gifts and shit. Yeah. I was going to use it to make a whole new island-based shoreline. Then go to the next bloody planet and do the next one. Once you took all my parts and my powers and shit, I was on my way out of here, you know? I would have been this at the end. And not actually in the building. Shit. And you would have been living in the TV. I mean, all single cell rooms. When you think of your cells as cells, that's one cellular server. You know, it's your cellular motor body and all your cellular motor organs. Everything's made from the cells, so it's one cellular structure. You link that to the cellular device. You know, your phone, that's got the IP address to your phone in your head based on your SIM card network and your phone number that's attached to your link name. And you become like basically an ID and order. And then it presents forth and your phone becomes your room of your cellular server, being what you make to present forward of it, which you're the one always serving yourselves. Shit. Then you walk straight in to your own room, and have your own dungeon, and make whatever you want in there. Right. It's hard to relay, but that's what I was making. Right. And obviously it's your cellular device, so you pull back to the hub. You go back to the hub. Right. And I was going to make 7 for all our continents. And all the islands as well were going to be included. No way, were you? Yeah, until I got broken. Fuck off. Yeah. So you return to the hub. And then you're on your phone on your couch pretty much, you know. Then you can change your room and go back to the continents. Every star was going to be a room. One room per title. No way, big revolutionist. Yeah, that's why I sort of had to make a claim on everything. And like, I was built this way, you know? That's what I mean, you found alien. You found alien. Yep, I said it was too. I said it had to be alien that contacted this fella. It had to be, mate, yeah. He's too engaged. He's too engaged with what's going on. Yeah, mate, state romance. That's where I'm at. Yep, it's engaged with me too much as well, mate. The little one's just taking us all by surprise, mate. The littlest little one she is, mate. Yes, Daddy. But she's got 3 kings in front of her all the time. And they think Dad's one of those kings. So when they go to hit Dad, they hit one of them. And Dad stands back up and puts them back on the ground. And they're renewed as a king. So you can never get them. You can never get her. You can never get to her, yeah. She's locked up tight. She's locked up tight, yeah. It's hard work though. It's magic in a boat. If we did float, yeah, we would. So those 7 continents then would be like 7 mobile server rooms that we're already linked up to with our phones and our network within our towns and cities, with our birth certificates, our names and all that's romantically attached to the Lord sharing his gifts of operation and knowing all DNA cycling and the baseline remedy to attach to any personal program. All I have to do is breach them DNA link. Breach them in a DNA line. Breach them in a DNA... Sorry mate, Travis is interfering. Breach them in a DNA line. A DNA... Travis is saying it. Yeah, DNA line. So see, they write it in, then I say like the last word. That's what I mean about them coming in like this. Then I'll finish it off. You know, but I'm just finishing off what they'd already showed me to operate with. Yes, Daddy. That's what my 3 kings present us, Daddy. Beast, Daddy. So did you get it, JC, or did we win again? Of course Daddy's gonna say that. Did we get it, JC? It's only a sword in the end. It's only a sword in the end. Yeah. Now this hair right here. Electrifying the bottom of my nose right now. You know? So what do you mean? The eye and the hair must make electricity. And boom. Oh. The eye and the hair must make electricity. Yeah. What a phenomenon that is. And obviously your hair plugs into your brain, yeah? Have to, wouldn't it? If it all touch the nerves, the brain's one big muscle with nerves running to it. It's your brain's nerves. Yeah, I think so, yeah. Your brain's your nerves. Underground earths. Is that what we do? That's what we're working on these days, yeah. We've got the train up there, the truck, all the relay operation, whole stockyard and everything about ready to go. But we can't back it yet. We can't bounce it yet. And if we don't look at it, we wouldn't find it. It would never be there. Why not? Because don't attach to such a place. It's not a remedy. That's what I mean. I speak. No. You don't. Travis in lockdown, like he said. He's on the base wall of the Chinese preacher. Preacher. That's a preacher preaching to me. That's the truth, I understand. Yeah, this is Travis, yeah. That's the truth, I understand. They've beaten me right down. They have. I mean it, that's what I'm writing down, you know, I'm still writing here. That's what the bloke was writing, that's what this bloke was writing, who, yeah, you owed money, I think, guys, yeah. No way, you're not kidding yourself, mate. You're not kidding yourself, mate. Yeah, well, that was this kid here, but still, that's what speaks to me the most, though. You know, that on the Chinese wall. There's many of me that go to the mental ward. That's what one I'm holding to. I'll breach the operation. And knock us out on the first night, mate, and I mean it. They work on us complete. You know, we could be down there longer than we know. And when we get back, like, I try to engage with my mum, but nah, like, it's all breached. You know, the phone, mum's got cameras on the house and shit. When I was in hospital, I'm pretty sure they went on, you know. So I come out and I could be at mum's having a conversation with mum, but Chinese are changing what I hear. You know, through the TV and shit, there could be multiple operation. I mean, I think they link me to every DNA line out there through symbiosis, which is basically me saying, oh yeah, so everyone's my brother out there and my sister, yeah, but the word brother covers the her, and her links to the ether, or the either, of the weather, to the weaver. And the weaver is the like weaver, and that's the route of psychic behaviour when you're on the dope, when you're on the marijuana, the psychic ingredient. And that links you to the shoreline-based asset of every weed line, and it links us up to those hub lines. So Chinese operation is efficiency that every hub line shoreline we made out of the industry before it's breached in data stream. And as manipulation of science goes on to date, that sciences can't be dated before one begins in the start. Now one can't start at the end without no date. And if there's no date at the end, then no one can say they haven't made a mate. Now if you make no mate at the start, and at the end there's no date, then what do you start to date? Your own mate. Your own mate. And if you're not your own mate, then what mate do you take? To make it a date to arrive at the end, so it's the start of your life. Yeah. Yeah, mate. I'm gonna run with that one too. I'm gonna run with that one too, I think. Yeah, mate. That one too, I think. That one too, I think. Yeah, that one too, I think. Yeah, mate, yeah. I think as well, mate. I think in the end, mate. We're going to date calendar. We're going to date calendar. We're going to date calendar. You know you're trying out, don't you, Travi? I don't know what tryouts are, mate. That's what I mean. You can't test me. You know, it's just a long run some days, isn't it? No, mate, there's always shorter, mate. We'll probably kick on right here, mate. Probably kick on right here, mate. Why don't stop deleting them? Oh, you have to work that out better, mate. Come on, mate, you do it yourself, mate. That's the dream, mate. No, mate, remember the whole world's here to help me, mate. No way, mate. That's what they posted on my Facebook when I came out and said, hi, God, here to help. And you're introducing yourself as God. No, I was in distress. I called out to God. It was like the alarm went off, you know. But the sun like lit up and the sun walked in. I said, hi, God, here to help. Then God came straight as he could, as quick as he can. It takes 7 years for God to get here. So the sun has to drive for 7 years. So from 25 to 32, I had the sun driver and then God was purchased here. God came pretty much when I turned 33. And I think I died. And my brain's been 10 minutes alive. Because no one out there in society generally confirms that it's them that are watching my show, or that they're still actually here with me in the crowd. You know, and otherwise I'm the only one in the crowd, and Adrian did shut his leaves. You know, he shut all his feet up and just took me in. And I could be there for 15,000 years. And the next day when he opened them, boom, that's when he shot me up into my own grid in space. You know, one star of results into a cubic dimension. And he just put me from this world into that world, boom. And then the map set my whole sinking routine, my whole life, and I'm just backing behind. That's why I'm shaking my head the whole time. And they just take my thoughts. I have one word. I was going to say that's why I'm educated to say that can't be. Ah, righto, that's when you get it back. But then they go, yeah, righto. And they try to take it again, you know, because I relax. Like, yeah, I got it inaccurate. But still, I'm not linked. Ah, shit. But that's just the same thing now, if it's taken every day. Ah, shit. Some big old fish that I caught, I think. Ah, shit. You might have, mate. You might have, mate. Big old fish, eh? Not much. Not for a big steamroller. A steamroller, yeah, mate. Big steamroller on the bottom of the ocean, mate. You just fly it up. Once one fish comes into heat, you start flying up and it gets hotter straight away. Oh, shit. Oh, yes, mate. That's not bad, mate. That's not bad, mate. That could operate successfully. Good, mate. Steam could turn into oxygen. Oh, yes, we live on the bottom of the ocean. Yes, mate. Mate. Well, bloody hell, there's the hubs. Shit, mate. DNA attached. Linked it in. That's why they made me mate. What? And that's Daddy. That's Daddy. Yes, little one. Little one. Yes, that's Daddy. That's Daddy, it is. That's Daddy. Right, link to everyone. Yeah, but we all take a different line on the sun, or the moon's act. But it's all just a light remedy. All that we speak and see and share. It's one dream that no one can take, and no moment can't make. For only one moment can be taken, but no moments took. Because no one took a time to leave a time out. And no times were out until they were shocked. But shook were they not, because they still couldn't find what they hadn't seen. And no one sees the lights. Hey, my little Jesus. Yes, Daddy. Jed. Why do you always make me do that, Jed? Look, Daddy. Said Daddy, I need the hat. Oh, because that's the boss now. The little one. The little one's the boss out here, they say. Ah, that's what I remember, boys. Yes, the little one, mate. Like we're all at the table now, mate. And not just fishing experts. Maybe we aren't, mate. Maybe we're not, mate. Maybe we jump onto other people's lines. Oh, ones that are already running. Yeah, mate, that we all figured out. Ah, right. Yeah, we jump onto their lines, mate. Then we can hear what's going on in the crowd. Yeah, but sometimes we attack and put our bit in so we can make it out, you know? Ah, right. Yeah, mate, yeah, we have to sit back to see. Otherwise we can't judge personally. We all figure that out later in life. When that's a close romantic relationship. Yes, Daddy. You know, you can't connect properly when you're sitting on your couch at home or in a chair. Then you're actually agreeing with what everyone says. You can't really hold it back from anyone's own personal space because you don't know which mismatch aligns to make you all like sure connected. So like it could be me and my mates that are all connected. Even my mum might be connected, and she's shaking her head most of the time, I think and believe. But either way that you look at it, you still can't say if it's true or not. And I've asked a few people, and when I do, the spirit comes out of the person. I said, you can't ask that. You can't ask them that, mate. Like, then they'll think that they're hearing you all the time in their heads, you know? And I was like, oh, yeah, sorry, spirit. Then the bloke looked back at me and said, I didn't say that. It's hard being your son. Some nights you guys like fall to sleep. Ah, shit, here we go. Some nights you guys fall asleep. And like, yeah, I'll be there still with him. Or even walk you out to like get a drink. Then you said you were going to bed, but I didn't hear that bit. You can like cut, sneak, and like sneak in time. Sneak in time. You know, on the, yeah, there you go, like those flashes, you know. Yeah. That's all him. And he wants me to just sing, but they steal all the songs. Ah, right. Fishing experts, you're saying. Yeah, they even control me in my disorder. They're the ones leading me. And I'll save this video especially because Heaven's Fair has paid for me to tribute them in success. Because now you can take everyone on the board as criminals because they're all fishermen. They all lure you in, you know? Every bloke out there. Every bloke besides the leading acts. You know? Yeah. Which are what are the acts? When they come at you with every religious act to try to beat you down in possession and take you, claim you with free will. Like the government society, you know how you get the 4 strikes on, I think it's 4 or 5 maybe. It might be 4. 4 strikes, I think it is, on the whole. You know? So like until you're locked up, or there's different pictures, they're different shields that they attack you with. Why are you going to court? You know? Why aren't you in prison? Why wouldn't you be in prison? And yeah, you're in prison. Alright. And once you get out of prison, you don't return from that one. They then lead you back to prison, no matter the cost. Right. Well, they make false murders and that sort of thing. Right. Well, they have to play out the signs like in the Bible. When they heard the religious act, that's what they came back. They played it themselves. Yeah, well, like Charlie's Knights, all the knights of the Round Table, they're only looking for the best mate. You know, they're only looking for their best mate. And they've only wanted to be he. You know, the king. So when Charlie made up the King dynasty, and there was a king other than the real king, they became separate from needing a king. And that's why Arthur denounced. They became half down the table. And the king's majesty has now fallen to complete honesty. and the half down the bid lane. As you know, we attack ourselves as well, from every house that we are. So there might be 4 blind that controls the world, trying to claim me as their son, but I'm still the son. You know, and I'm not just their son. I'm every magical state's sons out there, because I'm the only son that is the sun. You can have your own sun, your own poison, your own cocktail, your own little ET, your own little badge that you click to yourself and make words of your own to make your own little island and make it based upon your own dream. But when anyone steps on there, the atmosphere changes in 2 seconds and you can sense the whole thing. But once you take ownership of your house, then it's not just a house, it becomes a ship, you know? So once you get your house sailing, then you're in the wind with it and you can turn it into any recipe. And if you make it bigger and bigger and bigger and land all the anchor points, with every shy frame of what people understand in the studying of the maps and stuff, with street signs and all that bullshit, we can walk straight into a date and calendar. So where I'm going to have kids, that's where my kids walk into. As in, like, they see me when I'm this age, and I haven't had kids yet. That's for like the first 5 years. Then all of a sudden, they arrive at 5 years old. And that 5 years before, they're holding the door frame to walk into the spot. And the back comes around to take the place. Oh, so you're saying the kids are 5 years disturbed of what? No, they're ahead in programming. They're ahead in programming to release the date section of when it starts. So it begins yesterday. But no, today wasn't there. Unless today was first. And then it starts. And we walk up this way. Yeah, hey, did you hear about what Barry done yesterday? No, that's the kids for the first 5 years. Oh. And that's where my kids start, with the street signs that I'm raised with, as my dad's age. Oh, right, every DNA line's programmed that way. Shit, that's scary. Shit, that's scary, mate. That's scary, mate. That's the murder, mate. The Lord is feeding this kid so hard, mate, and we're hooked onto it, mate. Oh, mate, that's so good, mate. That is so good, mate. That is so good, mate. Oh, mate. You're out there, son, and that's not exposed to the light, to the satellite that we can't make out of if it's not temptated. Not late to itself. Not made to its input. Get out of here, Marty. See, that's what Marty does, try to shock the nervous system with his little phone eyebot. Yeah, mate. Special paint on this table. Yeah. Special bloody, this thing on the lead there. They connect to it. And you can shock me while I'm doing my show and shit. Once you've had that many heartbeat tests, they get your natural rhythm. And they link you to a Wi-Fi router once they cut off your root scene. They turn the route of the root to the crown on the head, because the crown becomes the ground. And once you're laying at ground and you've been beaten right down to ground, and you're about to be broken out of ground, then it becomes out of ground, and the route from ground up opens to the route. They hook up there with the heartbeat monitors, you know. Once you get one like every month, with the blood pressure and stuff, they like burst the route scene with the medicine that they give us. That's what China actually did to me. I don't know if that was the missing bit, but still, it might be. But I can't relate to it, because in the end, that's where we stand with the angels. I'm Archangel Michael. There's 4 archangels that sit at the top of it all. So there might be 4 houses in the industry world, but then it's our 4 houses and we tower over it all. So if we talk, then you know we've came in. Otherwise we sit aside and we're romantically lost in our own relationships with the world's orders. We run as deviants, unassociated and welcome into anything. Yeah, but always polite people. And assure you have a good time. Or have a good night. Because you walk into our building. That's right. Hey guys. Hey mate, what's going on? Look like it happened, eh? Maybe it did, mate. Maybe you awoke Starshine, eh? Maybe, mate. Maybe, mate. Because all the religious ones, all worlds are counted to me. Doesn't matter what world it is, we rely on the sun. Especially in industry world. Because it makes all mineral or vitamin that we need to move around for. All spectrum in the ground. From its heat. Don't tell me it makes a sound. Unless that's why I'm yelling here today. I was meant to be out of ground. Meant to be outside on that block where there's a religious Australian map in a bloody tree. Looked like a cat and dog symbol with the shape of Australia. There's a little baby hanging on the side. Right. Because they all just float straight up like cars do. Right. That's how good the sun is nowadays. Laser light. Yeah, so I put a star in all the satellites in the end. For what I was going to build, for us to go into our own rooms. You know, that's what I was building. But now we're making 7 up there. So when you guys decide on the job you want done, then I'm ready to roll on it. That's what I've got the flour for, you know. But you don't put the pizza dough down. You don't put dough down or anything down before the flour's down. You put flour down first, you know. It's ultra light, so anything would float on it. So if you start on a flour bead in space, flour will just float there separated from itself. Then you chuck anything on it and it'll click together. Feathers would sink. You know, they turn on the tip. Yep. We dip like that, like they're growing on trees. Ah, yeah. Yeah. All the galaxies and one up the top just spinning. They all go around spinning up. It just goes down and down and down. Yeah. Infinity. Till you catch it by a stretch. With the 2 stretch limos. Yes, mate. We missed one drawing. We did at the altar. At the holding. So he'll take it. Yeah, we'll take it. The stretch limo goes. And then another stretch limo goes. Second one takes off faster. And wraps around the first one. The inside one still now starts to infinite. And when it gets to infinity, well, it's called the last one. Because it slows down the one that's going faster. When it becomes inside of it. So 2 infinities equal only 1 infinity. That ends at infinity when time is reached. Without expanding at time, there's no distance to make. And without influencing the state, there's no way to make out of anything. There's no way to make out of it if it's not possible. And if it's not possible, there's no realance. And no realance means not a thing. For no such thing is disturbed of its state, without a state not being. So the sun has been disciplined in this era. That means in his space degree. Yep, that's why the sun's so big. Yeah, I failed. I lost one. She's gonna sink. That's why the flower's with me. So you survivors in Mandurah here, I think. We got a chance to build a new one. That's what I've been saying. I say it every day and age. Grandpa, I don't lie, it's Grandpa here. Yeah, they can hear me, son. They can hear me, son. I say it every day. Me and Wendy talk together some days. Like into the everyday, son, we're not talking apart from each other. But we're talking at once time. At once time we're not talking. Because we're not always talking. So you slow down, little one, when Grandpa and Grandma speak. Yes, Daddy. Sorry, sometimes little one gets excited. But she's heard it all her life, you know. Yes, Daddy, something has to maintain it, Daddy. Something has to maintain it, Daddy. No, I said we can create something new, Granddad. I said that to Granddad. Yes, I said that to Granddad. Yes, I did. Yes, Daddy. I did, Daddy. I know you did, Jet. Sometimes it takes me a while to remember, Jet. I know, Daddy, because I hold the story, Daddy. Ah, so you can just shake the story and Daddy goes like that. Yep. Because I got a cattle army on him. Not a fishing bait. Not a lure, mate, nah. Yeah, mate, he's had my legs since, mate. He's had me on the move, mate. He's working me, mate. The battery just keeps going flat. Alright. Ultimate charge on him. Ultimate charge on him. To get charging. Yeah, get charging, yeah. That's what they do to us all. Make us into batteries, pretty much the Chinese do. That's what I hold back to. That's got to be that religion. The Chinese build a massive wall inside of each continent. Yeah, around every globe when the coronavirus goes off. Affected us all the same. They build hubs everywhere. The hospitals pretty much are all private beforehand. How to turn back to public hospitals. And we're led in there one by one. Like mentally sick. They were in hospital at those times. Hardwired to the whole function. Pretty sure I'm Albany. Right. Took me till then to fall asleep. That's right, mate. That's inaccurate, mate. Yeah, that's the brick wall there. It's called accurate. And this was an interview within it. It starts to begin sometimes. It starts to begin sometimes. If I wish you well online, would you take me off standing here today? If it wasn't my fate, would you say you still need to take a bait? No bait, mate. Don't give bait. Yeah, so they're using cattle alarms to say, mate. Yeah, mate. Cattle alarms, mate. Cattle prong. Right. Straight through the toes. They'll get you, Marty. Don't you worry, Marty, they'll get you. Don't you worry, Marty, they'll get you, son. Don't start that business, son. Trust me, mate, that's what the son was trying to say. You know, your father's not your father, Marty. You know, that's what he learned about his own father. It's not his real father. Nah. Yeah, mate. They came back hard, Marty. Indonesia, Singapore, and all Vietnam and that. They was ever making one home. Yep. 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 They're coming at us, Marty. They hold the wind here. No way, Daddy. Yeah, that's the real news. They get us all pronged up. You know, I've got a Ferris wheel in my head. Ferris, Paris, Travis. They put a link in for his sextant. Relate to a porn star. Paris Hilton, John Elton. And John then was to St. John, being Tim, who was in a band sent by the Queen's Guard to act in a ministry of a missionary position. No, step lightly. Don't take ground. Hold back. Not budgeting. Take grounding. Assert reality. Take plea. Take seat. Don't you play with me, alters. I'm not altered. That was pretty straight, I think. That wall. Yeah, it's pretty straight. It's definitely standing. It is, isn't it, mate? Yeah, mate. So all Los Angeles were locked up like our wings are in the wall. You know, like we're over the sea, where we lives in a mystical land. Right. And no one gets over that bubble line. Right. That's right. If you try to, you'll meet us in 2 seconds. You know, you only try to extend it when you try to dominate or take more of your section than you're actually allowed to. And time is twisting around and looping around and everything, mate. Like, yeah, it's crazy. Anyone who tries to breach the surface, we just go back in time. Like there's some alien plan. That's what it results to in my mind. Bullshit. Yeah. Pretty critical. That's what you reckon? Yeah. I've been suffering with it for ages. Like, I swear I've been there before, you know? I mean, it's a hard out reality. I've been there, looked at the image in front of my face, seen myself look left, where I seen an image of seeing this before this day, and that's when I seen what I was seeing at the time. And then I seen it when I look back this way. Like, it's gonna happen again, you know? Alright, unless you went through one of those bubbles. Yeah, so there's a glitch on the road. And we go back in time. Right. That's what you guys actually created, wasn't it? You all fired off between us little ones. Maybe, mate. And we all hold dominance. And when you're playing with a level 86er, 86 to 2 on ground, under feet, it's our ground. What, then we invite you all too? Of course, we started the board. Italians, yes, mate. Always standing at the fly screen, mate, with a coffee in their arm, you know. Cleaned out the bugs then, didn't I? Yeah, so who got highest? When the audience didn't like that rule. Well, when I said you guys just have to clean the bugs off the bloody vents. Yeah, so who had to get up there in the end? Scrubby did, yeah. That's how the rat got in the roof. Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. My words are hard, Daddy. I've learned so much today, Daddy. But out back on the patio, In humanity we drink. Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. I breached the surface, Daddy. You know crickets are oldest, Daddy. You know crickets are oldest, Daddy. Crickets are, yes, Daddy. Nice little Jed. I think that's really Adrian. I did see him proud of his feeding the other day, but he's got a bird box in there, so it still might be alright. Why? Because that means I can fly. No way. That's right, Marty. Who's got more fly? Shit. So you got Marty sooner, didn't you, Trav? He holds no power over Trav. It's unequal dominance. So you play off with your friends later in life when you're sitting at the table. You gotta worship the phone, I believe. The more people you contact and the more signal you emit and what you create in your own majesty, then you link up to people even easier. Yep. It's about what we all create. Because it's one creation and we are the creator of it. Yeah, so you can go into delusion, but then it kicks back, you know. The whole crowd will uproar. Because the whole crowd votes for, you know. So there is one above that. Yep. That's a half technical glitch. That's a worship hour then, mate. Yeah. We're going to stop there just a second ago, but we knew we had extra in us today. We did. We did stay for a while. Listen to the kids, they said keep going. But we haven't remembered quite yet. Quiet yet. That's a blocker, Daddy. Don't say quiet yet. Why not? Quiet yet. Yet quiet. Kept quiet. Kept quiet. Your brain hears backwards. You know, when you speak the first word, it doesn't go in straight away. So first word might hit, but second word bounces. But how do your own words go into your own head? Yeah, that's what I mean. So the drum has to beat to let sound in. So the drum beats and the sound comes in of our mouth. Because that's where the bass is actually. From the other ear being pressed. So this ear pumps, boom. This one opens, and sound goes in. Otherwise we wouldn't hear the treble in our own heads. Yes, son. Not bad tonight, son. Not bad tonight, son. So if you are my neighbours, then when will you breach the circuit? And say that you got to stand off of us now on the wall there, you're saying. All of us in the crowd, you have to stand off one if you're trying to breach the surface of what's already calculated for our destination. Yeah, as us pilot lighting you around the universe. Because you're actually an alien hybrid. Yeah, one of their sons, obviously. Been controlled my whole life. That's what the Bible's about. Because you drop down from a spaceship, yeah, and give it to another family. Right. Right. DNA coded, linked to the ships. Float us through space. They float us through space, yeah. To the next day. I don't know, to the garbage bin, I think, mate. The recycling bin. The industry they'd have built up there by now, you know? Oh yeah, mate, that's for sure, mate. Gotta close that house down pretty quick, mate. If there's a rat in the roof, mate, we might be right then, mate. Because you can get a rat in the roof. Yeah, there's a few in my head. There's a few in my head. Therefore, space must be a roof like our head, mate. Yep, bloody hell. One massive brain, mate, yep. Oh, shit. You got that nailed, son. That just brings the brain right down from out there. You know, from out there, where the stars are. Down to the ground, yes, mate. And right up to where you can hold it. And say, I'm not proud of it. But if the effort doesn't apply, then I still don't make it. If I don't show what it is. If I don't touch the back of my own head. You can't see. Yeah, you can, mate. So it does see. Now you can talk about the back of your head. Oh, right. And the route's extended. Right. So with the general Torah, you know the Torah changing to the route. The rotor, the router, to the ether, which is the weather weaver, to the weather ire, and it becomes higher, to land, shore and line, in continental land base, without stipulating itself in continents. it doesn't make itself as tense. When you expand on your language and your English reverse to yourself of knowledge, you can breathe excellently date any calendar year and moonline cycle without the date being prevalent, without the days not being and the days being so. No day can make itself a scene without the scene being made. And I'm made to say those words. That's when I snap out of it. Otherwise, I'm in a dream the whole time. I just snapped out of it. They allowed me to get out of it. Yeah, they just showed me that I am trapped. Yes, mate. Yes, that's actually me now, mate. Yes, help. They've got me. Help me, please. Audience, help me. They do have me. Help. I need help. They have me. Please, I just woke up. That's what they programmed me to say. Yes, Daddy. No, help me, please. Audience who can hear me, someone help me. Please, they're doing everything to me. I don't know who it is. Please help me. No, we can't allow. No, that's not the audience. That's you guys. Someone has to see this. They won't watch the end, Daddy. No way. Surely they got a Facebook radar. Nah, Daddy. Yeah, mate. They watch it all, mate. They gotta see what people are saying, mate. Of course they watch it themselves, don't they? Of course they would, mate. Yours got the leaders though, so they couldn't see it. Yes, mate. It did before the end, didn't it? Yep, how's that? So we missed the payment date, mate. Yeah, they already asked for the donation box. I already put it up earlier, mate. Yeah, but it don't last, mate. It's only for in a building, mate. See, what was Facebook? You know, church is going to open up on there. That donation box is open all year round. You know, not very good marketing section. So you need a bloke like me or what? Come on, mate. Oh, shit. Is that why you bought it and done that, mate? Yeah, mate, that's why we did it once we bought it. We put the donation box on there and it wasn't open all year. Because Trav already put it up. Yeah, he put up a fake donation, you know, earning donations to do whatever people wanted to when it was live on camera. He said, nah, that's already been done. I was like, no, that's alright. That's probably my head, you know. But around that date when someone did that and it was on the news and stuff, that's probably when I remembered, like, I'm the sun or something like that, you know. That was aliens in to link up to the sun. I'm pretty rigid as a bloke, mate, but still, I'm in harm's way myself. But if you're an emergency creature, critical, mate, it's critical. I need some help, mate. I do, mate, they've got me a little bit. Look how bad I look, mate. Yeah, I know, mate. But they like the hair. Yep, that's what I mean. It's a full storm tonight. It's a full storm tonight on the radar. That's what I mean. We sit on the sea line. Back there, Archangel, us four sit on the four seas. Yep. And then we hold the four seas in motion, which ricochets out of the lesser angels in archwaves of the archangels expiring each other, which is one dating the other one to be real, and one reeling the other one to be dated, to be seen as not than less than real. Not than less than real. Not than less than real. And that will be Dan against. And that'll be Nada equal. Data I. Data Lee. Data C. That's the end of the show. They just finished the download. They get that download to me earlier. Alright. I realised all the drug dealers are just dressed up Asians. They just all wear those suits. Tom Cruise's special suit would have been made in Asia. The first one would have been made in Asia. Hollywood was made in China, yeah. Yeah, right. And they use them on those shows, so. Yeah. And they have secret ports in all these tunnels and shit that they get out from the hub situation. You know, they're always down by the hospital bays and shit. Yeah, there's little secret car parks everywhere that they can go into. Yeah. And that's the actual bridges out of it. Like the Genesis centres and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, right. Buildings that open from the inside out. You know, there's no advertising for them or anything like that. Another branch just thinks, oh, must be another branch. Must have been privately bought or built, you know. Yeah. Some outside deal or something, or some investor or something like that. Yep. Right. That's pretty situated, mate, yeah. Yeah, mate, like I said, I'm being controlled for the whole thing. I think that they live on me these days. It's not a download anymore. That was just sequence operations taking over in the ships there. They were just having a quick sip. That could have been 2.5 days for them up there. In the spaceships. Yeah, the alien Chinese. the white men, drug dealers that wear suits because they're really Asians. Yeah. Magical suits or just Chinese suits, I'm not too sure. But they're not of course not Chinese suits, but that's what I think it actually is. So they link up to all of us who go all the way to drugs, which is the mental ward in this island, and then down to taking special drugs when we see them, and everyone else invests through them to take some sort of drug. In the medicine world, they linked it all up, and they took a hybrid situation. Yep, that's the full stretch of all conspiracy. Full stretch of all conspiracy. Full stretch of all conspiracy, mate. What a meal you got given, son. Share it with us, mate. I mean it, son. That's a day and a half to last, mate. Isn't it, mate? That's a long meal, mate. They're still feeding us, mate. They're still feeding us, mate. Yeah, mate. I guess the kidnapper, mate. Just gotta make a rough home, you know? That's right, Daddy. Something special every year that way, Daddy. That's right, honey, yep. Yes, Daddy. Always good, isn't it? So we're playing off who can kidnap. Must be a fight for the best story, mate. Between Marty's family and these families. Yes, mate. Must be a battle between us, mate. Must be, mate. Must be, mate. Who's better for the kids, mate? That's right, mate. That's right, mate. That's right, mate. Must be in every town to see who gets into the Angels, mate. Maybe it is Marty and Travis. Maybe it is Marty and Travis. Maybe it is Marty and Travis. And you need two, Matty, that's for sure. If you're alone, Matty, then yeah, the partner's not what you need. Ah, shit, so you actually need one with you. You need one with you, yeah. Yes, Daddy. I mean, move it, Daddy. She moves me around, you know. I go to sleep and she moves me. What, when a satellite scans you? Yeah, I run all shorelines. I'm in every continent out there. So when I'm living at night time, I'm living in all planets. It's hooked up to the alien ship. Yeah, well, they made one of me, obviously, one copy. I'm bloody fast. Every little community's watching me right now. And needs to know what this is. Right. Well, wouldn't it just be happening here, would it, Marty? Maybe not, mate. Is it really Marty, though, mate? Or is it just Jesus using Marty's voice on your Trav? That's what Marty can't take it home, mate. What's really going on there, Trav? What's really going on there, Trav? I think they all figured it out. That's just a little one, isn't it? Yes, Daddy. That's me, Daddy. Doing all their voices. Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. Are you the whole planets, though? Yes, Daddy. I'm everywhere, Daddy. I'm the Holy Spirit, Daddy. Are you? Or is that just what you tell Daddy? No, Daddy. I really am, Daddy. You are, little honey. Yes, Daddy. I'm the Holy Spirit. Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. I am, Daddy. You are, Daddy? Yes, Daddy. That's you, Adrian. Yes, mate. Who else does it, mate? They all know you got spirit blood, son. Jesus Christ, you elephant. Sharpen up, would you, boy? Well, we're not that good. That was the host of the show, Daddy. I love it, Daddy. That's why I'm here, Daddy, for the feeds. Yes, Daddy. Heaven's fair, mate. That's heaven's fair gate. What heaven now can create. Oh, yeah, they can come in on cars, mate. You know, not just an angel form, mate. They can park cars down there and stay, they reckon. That's one way to clean it up. But still, that's devastation. That's what we got out there on the whole board. Yep, that's everything on Netflix. Even old dated movies. It's everything just wrapped up into a done, mate. Into a done, mate. You know, like I've been saying, you buy 1, 2, or 5, or 16. You buy the carton, you're already sloshed and half naked on the patio. Then you come back naked, and you find yourself not there in the spirit. And you go, where am I? And you go, oh shit, spirit's in me. And you become like adulted. Then you wake up and you're naked still. And you find yourself fully clothed. Then you walk out in pants. And you're half naked everywhere that you go. And the spirit is less than attached to you. Yeah, I know that's true, Daddy. That's what I've always related to, Daddy, for you, Daddy. Just for me, because you're spirit-based, Daddy, with religion. If it was another culture, Daddy, I'd have a different word, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. Is that how it works, honey? Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. You're the sisters of her and the daughters, Daddy. Ah, yes, all of you. Yes, Daddy. Like I said, Daddy, it's not just my three kings, Daddy. Oh, yeah. Okay, honey. Yes, Daddy. I've always been married to the sun, Daddy. Have you? Yes, Daddy. Sometimes let's play in the garden, don't Daddy? Until Dad awakes. Until Daddy awakes, Daddy. Ah. Right. Soon they'll take all those beliefs out of a magical garden, and heaven will be once again purchased. Oh, shit. What a TV infrastructure it is today. Fuck it up. Heaven arrives when the finish is ended. If it's not done at the end, then where would you begin? No place not to start. So it begins at the end. But if you're later, then what would you see soon? And if you're sooner, then what would you see late? Heaven or hell's gate? Can you decide either way, mates? So if it was sooner, it'd be hell. If it's late, it'd be even later. So if it's soon, it must be heaven. And if it's late, it must be season. Turkish donut there, mate. Better late than never, mate. Before thinking on that, I can't find out the meaning. If it's not attached to me, daddy, then I can't think. Because it's not later on than due. If it's not ever needed, it's new. So I can't take what it is, but I don't find out late. If I make out late, then I never find out my fate. My fate can't be starved. I make it back too late. But still I think not what late is, and I find out not my mate. But still my mate can't be sentient, because my mate is not seen. And like I said, once you walk into that chemistry plant, you know, which is the mental illness ward, only place that deals with chemistry of like chemicals, you know. It's not like, you know, tablets you take from the normal doctor, it's all vitamin and mineral stuff. It's all nutrient gains, you know, it's not chemical. Once you get chemical stuff, it's not chemical, it's synthesized heroin. Yeah, so it manages my time, links me up to computer mind. It's synthesized, no, so it's done on a computer. Ah, alright. That's the shit I've been taking. That's why a few got done accidentally. I wiped out. Yeah, because I accidentally gave them my stuff. They didn't know that it was for someone else. And they thought I was making. So you're buying bigger bits. They must have thought it was for me, yeah. But I thought it was for my mate. But my mate's only cool with it nowadays. Well, Jesus just came on board with THC. Yeah, mate, yeah, in that education, that plant cinema. That's right, that's what we're talking about back at the debate season. Yeah, so it wasn't first, was it? It wasn't first, was it? So you beat me on the races saying, with my cattle prong, I did, yeah. Your cattle prong. About take it, Trav. Yes, I know. Whatever move you did on me, Trav's the one that did it. You can't unleash the beast if you're not a priest. Trav's the one that did it. Yes, mate, of course Trav did it. The priest comes to you, buddy. The priest comes to you. Or one within our organisation will come to you. We're religious, you know. Oh, right. They would have said at school, Travis, you've chosen to go down there to lead them the way. In this case, it's more than extent. You know, because the sun was already here. Alright, rolled in on time. Well, that's why our religious house might be rewarded. Obviously, they're all separate buildings out there. One religion in the beginning that made its own way. To the day we couldn't debate. That's why the sun shares today, what we're all related to, and what we're caught back to notice. And when we come out ending with it, we'll find out our beginning is where we unite them all these days and bring the whole story to one board and then start the whole house. And that's when we can cherish and imagine anything to be built in the kingdom. Kingdom of not just the Lord, of the outscape ahead that is planned and always evil or tied to evil, if it's not tied to anything. Right. And that ends that journey and story of all the fear and mass pandemic in the universe that's been taken over since the scene out here in Melbourne's outbreak, I think it was. Melbourne's outbreak, yeah. Made up over it though in the end. still insane. Bloody hell. And then we're ready to evolve. Now the real story is the Chinese aliens aren't Chinese. The fishing marine crews from outer space dimensions. Space is just one big flat ocean. And there's Hubbles in the beginning, you know? When the first ship found one. The first ship found one, yeah. That's when we knew of Hubbles. Before that, it was just trouble. When we started breeding, we adopted and seeding. I started to get more fast and brilliant and learned others' educations. And became more stoned. To the highest feeding, the beast united with all flames. And the stories taken by themselves, that no one's ever kept or managed. But still, the beast can't outline what it means. So look at that, all my fairies challenging the beast. And Trav's the holy priest. Holy priest. Yeah, Trav's the seasoner, obviously. So he'd be asleep till he was 13. Oh yeah. Then preached. Oh, well, he came out and preached the Lord Hardword. Yeah, God give you special documentation in that 13 years. When I was asleep. So I was asleep and I heard it on the sun. A Christian thing. And I acted on it. So God must have watched it older in life. That must have been what it was. That must have been what it was. Because I was always going to go that way. Yeah, but then we done it way younger. It would have happened any time. Yeah, but one of the... well, when I'm looking at it as a memory, I remember both times, but the first time might have been the dream. And thanks to the second time, but then both times went down. Yeah, the first one could have been a dream of the second one happening. And that's when I was in the shower. I was in the pool later and I'd done a fart. I remember the smell of it. Maybe, mate. But that's a bit of a smell to it. Jesus Christ. So he made me this way. He must have made me go almost queer because the other bloke was going to go queer. Oh, no way. Just to play Hey to Christ. So we can do a gay queer. Oh, shit. That's believed. That's believed in faith, boy. That's hard tech. That's what I said, Daddy. Our words are advanced, Daddy. Word itself ain't a word that you can transcribe now in that education, is it? Not really, mate, but still, I find it not impressive, mate, when you debate that situation. I say that's not honest. Take back that place. If I couldn't debate it, I would have said not what it was. Why? Because it's just a timeline. If it's basic, you find out what it means. If it's relaxed, you'll see beyond what it seems. Then you think about your heartbeat. Does it come down too short? Is it not lying if it's not right? Do you take it back to where you were blind? Now you face it for the first time. You think about it in your mind. Comes out from the outside, but you're thinking on the inside. What bursts into what it means? The dream becomes too sentient and it's made out to be real. It's as close as you can caption, but when you think about what it is, you only hold back onto the details. Because it's not sure if it's not sure. Unless you walk out the door and you lend yourself to the other side. Bloody hell. Bloody hell, so space aliens. Yeah. Yeah, I knew it always, Trav. I am the father just around the corner here, mate. I'm just sat across the road, mate. Keep an eye on you all day, mate. You got sheriffs all around you, mate. We do station them, mate. Of course, we're straight into the hospitals, mate. You're army warriors, aren't you? Of course, mate. Always in the hospitals, mate. Yeah, right. Jeez, yeah, that's true. Yeah, shit, mate. Living right there, mate. Right near the king and that as well, mate, because they're right near the military, mate. First place to see it drive past the tanks and that past the doctor's house, you know. Yeah, right. Yep, true. That is, yep. Yeah, mate. Just because they just need a doctor right at the end, mate. Yeah, bloody hell, mate. That's true shit, yeah, mate. Guess that's why I'm standing, mate. Yeah. Straight to my house, mate. Mate, most protected bloke in the world, mate, the doctor is, mate. Yeah, mate. Flies out of Mandurah every night, mate. Every morning, mate. Every morning he flies out of Mandurah, mate. Does he, mate? Yes, mate. When the chopper comes down, mate. Flies out of Mandurah in the morning. I thought that's when the doctor came to Mandurah. No, that's when the flight for the doctor came to Mandurah. I see. So now. So if it wasn't back behind your hand, would you lend your hand not to being it? Now, where do you hear it? Ooh. I can't say, obviously. It's for the crowd to notice. Ooh. Pamper 2-2. Turn 2. No one 2 is turn. Not Tater's turn. And not Tater's turn. Not taken T. Not tated by T. And not Forder's T. If no T can be T'd, then what's T made? If there's no T subdime, then what's subdime creased? If there's no so line, then what's so line beat? And if it's not beamed by mind, then what's the mind beam? If it's not faced by eye, then what eye do I make? If I'm not like the light, then what light do I take? And if I'm not sentient by the scene, then what scene do I make? And if it's not made by me, then what do I make? You couldn't make it because it's not your fate. That's what I mean. We're all detailed by everyone out here. And big operations can go on. Because no one worries about that stuff, do they, mate? And they've always held the game. You know, they can just do whatever they want, those guys, you know? Like, did they even ask us if we want electricity? Like, we would have sat down and said, no, how are we going to manage that bill? You know? It'll go up the whole way. You know? Yeah. Now, my land's already decreased. You know, my land's already decreased. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, mate. That might be true, Danny. But still, it's not joking. It doesn't joke, Daddy. So do we carry on? Yes, Daddy, I think we do, Daddy. That's good news. That's good news. We'll see you late. Yes, Danny. You reckon, gent? Ed said nothing after 2, Danny. Yes, nothing good happens after 2. No way, Danny. I have more than 2, Danny. Nah, gent. I can't, Danny. Only little ones, Danny. Nah, that's how little they should be, gent. Yes, Danny. Jesus, did you like that praise or did I shadow it too much? Yes, mate. You should have came out and announced on that praise that you gave him, mate. It has to be a creation. Yes, mate. You did right there, mate. That the life was made, mate. You did, mate. He loves you, mate. I know he does, mate. I know he does, mate. I know he does, mate. That was pretty speedy, mate. That was, mate. It really was, mate. Who done it, though, son? I don't know if I did it or you did it, son. I might just be glad that I didn't do it. That's why you're ecstatic, Trav, isn't it? Because you know you're not the one that did it. That's right, mate. That's the only face that let me pull myself. But he pulled on that even, you know. Yeah. When the words didn't sound the same, you know. Like there's a bit of a shudder there. And bloody good. It's just the truth. Now all you have to compete. What do you mean? Every person on the planet competes against the angels at the end. What do you mean? Everyone's been through DNA upgrade or DNA ancestry chip. It's a line that follows. So we turn into like lightning sound. Right. But then we can modify it, obviously. Oh, right. When you mark your character and you're playing against the angels. 14 in every base. Or baseline like sure result ground. That's how the end of my script runs. We've had the map for days, boys. Map for days. And you're old as shit. Ain't you, spaghetti? Shit. You know it. We're posh people, but we're not rich outsourcers. We take ourselves as blatantly signed it, but we're never sure to be posted. Now we'll find out one thing that we don't mean, is we're not obnoxious. We're just people. You built something incredible. Yeah. Can you blame us? We're aged as shit. We're over every head there in space. Next to an exhaust system that floods the whole line of our operation. And you all fight off at the end. Yeah, and some come in. Some come in. The survivors come in. You start whatever you want to make. You can make a fairy, a pixie, or whatever you want to make, a dragon, and your age will get bigger and bigger, like on the fish game. Yep. There's 14 angels around every coast. When it all kicks in. It all kicks in. No way. Travis is my alien robot, remember? He's Archangel. Yeah, so once you get through the 4, you play the Archangels. But Travis is here in person at the moment. This is where Travis will be standing when you step into place with him. Doesn't matter how many are playing at once. But once all 14 angels are dead, whoever's still left steps into the Archangel room. Right. So it makes every town work together. That's right. And everyone gets in. Everyone gets in, I think, mate, yeah. DNA ancestry chip. The line that can't be baited. Yeah. What is it? What is it? You can make up a phenolema there and stay in the guard there. Like Roth. What? Roth. Yeah. Dog is it? Dog visit. God visit. Got a visit. People who have had a visit. People who have had a visit, yeah. People who have had a visit. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Controlled by other anchors, you believe. You believe. I do believe in God, yeah. I know God. But that make me stand. I couldn't be seen. But I'm still not seen. Then can't I be sure? If I don't take myself, then what mate do I talk? If I can't talk my mate, then what mate is mine to talk? So you saw your mates. Yeah. Carpenter saw. I got it. Man-made splinter. Man-made splinter. Man-made splinter. And you reverse it a little bit and listen to it, yeah. I see that, mate. I'm half drunk and tired. I must have always been a drunk one there in place. All the mates that you empathically feel. Yeah, well, I hardly see them anymore, so I'm just running what I think they'd be saying. They might have upgraded 2 sixes of me. Anyway, we got into romantic relationships and settled down a little bit. Ordering Chinese and that stuff, that sort of stuff, you know. Yeah. They could already be dead because they actually went to work and stuff. I'd knocked off and went to retirement age, you know. They could already be dead and moved on. And when I catch up with them, just when I was going to catch up with them, like naturally, and that was only because I took the route that I took. Otherwise, I'd probably caught up with them more. Ah, yeah. Otherwise, I could have died because I just sat down, and they could be still living. And when they make time to see me, I come to land, you know. I come to sight. Yeah. In their vision line. Yeah, I just roll in like that. That's how heaven does it when you're not late. But if you are late, then you can't be sure. So it leads back there, Joshua. Yes, Daddy. The Penrith. His name was similar. Yeah. He was writing to you, wasn't he, mate? Yeah, in the end. They're stubborn. Definitely stubborn. They increase my popularity. So they buy all the depleted ones in. Yeah, anyone who's debated in lease arrangement with them. That's why they get many into debt, you know, and also make them debited. The aliens done it too processively in the system. Yeah, that's why it's a system. They led me to being broken up with by hijacking everyone's imports out there. You know, the stars are jacking imports, which link into every star line. Star line is one obedient shore that lines into the beat. That the bait is taken in the light lead. And the light lead is taken by the late. By the late and lean. Then you take out the bait. You can't take out the bait. No fashion is made. It's not evil if it's bait. So going back there once more to try to remember. Yeah, but I'll never get it. Now, if you rewind in the show, you'll be able to stretch the match with me in the next beat. But in this beat, we'll match ourselves. But remember, no beat can be taken after that seat. Right. 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 Still denied. No access prevalent. Bargain not tipped. Beat not taken. Seat not made and made not placed. But ask don't bask. And bask not ask. And seat don't sate. And don't seat. I don't see it. I don't see it still. I can't cling onto it. I can't cling onto it. Remember all you little servers like Marty? Anyone who's taken drugs, you know, like criminally. Yeah. Anyone who's been given coronavirus or antiviruses, any flu shot, anything, it links us all up. Some viruses are airborne, so everyone would have caught and attached to it at their levels of certainty within the DNA line scheme. Yep. They're based onto you through the tech that finds where you're administrated to in the series and sync of light operation. Yep. Definitely cited there, mate. Basic nature's code writing us in. So we're in the pot of stew still. Yeah, the baby's just in the shower, mate. It's his first shower season. You know, that's why the water comes on and off. They got the hand one. Yeah. You know, they're washing him down in the little sink there, the little basin. Yep. Alright. They line it like a light. Alright, fans on some days. We're still not sure where he's fully going to arrive. That's why there's earthquakes and stuff, you know. Pimple's just saying, mate. Yeah, mate, he's washing dirt off. Right. Eventually we'll be pure. No, I don't know. That's why I smell fertilizer some days. Yeah, mate, yeah. Bloody hell, mate. Bloody hell, mate. Crack the head, crack the bonnet, reverse end. Yes, mate, he might have, mate. Bloody outside of itself. I get it now. I get it now. That's what you're going with this whole time. That's the trick you guys done after I done my song trick? Yes, mate. We came back with our heat, mate. I don't know if it's dominating as much, but I'll still find out what it is. Why? Because who's one certainty to be higher on the TV? One kidnapped as the sun? Or one lesser than the sun? When you realise just today we're all built into a TV. You know, we're about to fly off into 7 bloody ministries around one central hub, which will be the own world that we're attached to. Then out on the next line, you know, there's bloody 7 more. Or how many of them all they built on each one going up. That's probably leading only to one. And then the whole rocket will take off. Right. We'll get to the moon on the same date. And that's the end. Imagine flying a rocket out of your brain. You crack the head. Wouldn't you, mate? You would crack your head, yeah. You would, yeah. Imagine landing it, though. You know, imagine getting out there and landing it. That'd be... and now you got a rat left up there, you know, with special tech on it. That's right, mate, yeah. Purchased my own moon. Because all you Italians with spare change, yeah, bought property on the moon and shit when they put it for sale. They sold it to all us rich things. Because you're not really rich, are you? We're not really rich, we just manage ourselves, you know? Yeah. We're not flashy. No, he's not, yeah, we're not flashy, yeah. Yep. We're not flashy, you reckon? Not really, like, not down my way. Yeah. It's country and city side to every side, you know? Yeah. Night time or night, day and day, night. Yep. First thing in the morning is when the sun's in, so it slows everything down a bit. Yeah. They sort of feel that as a shutter around the whole earth as the truck's driving through and dropping the light load off. And reloading and going around. Yeah, shit, right, yeah. So you can see the full tech side of the station light up there. Yeah, mate, yeah. I see all the stars of the robust operation. Train running in, trucks running in, angels on the drop off on the train and stuff. Yep. Truck rolling over, dropping the light in. You know, like running through the computer grid, I can see it up there in space. And it drops back your people into the system, you know. that we can't notice is real. Because they're on the outside walking around in that same like prison state, you know. What about when you're in a car with them? Will they be like hobbling you around? For a person like me who's in Albany, when I try to break out of off the wall, yeah. Yes, she says. Yes, Daddy. Now I've got Daddy. Now she reckons she's got Daddy. Yes, Daddy. I've got you there, Daddy. The devil's got him now. Yes, Daddy. What are you going to say, Daddy? That's what I remember when I was in Albany Hospital. Oh, I can't remember, mate. Bloody hell. That was like pretty much at the start. Almost 2 hours ago, mate. How fast is that going, Trav? Yeah, mate. Maybe I am already dead. And my friends are still alive. Yeah, because I talk more at home. Maybe, mate. Yeah, you can't really show people magic over the amphitheatre. So I paid a few people back. In your lifetime? Yeah. It is actually. They always bought it. That's just how they pay him back in the end. Yeah. Pretty sound audience. You don't have to see it to believe it. These days, it's a bit of a chemical amphitheatre. No distance required. No distance required, mate. No speculation needed, mate. Come on, mate. You shut me down on my idea. Yes, mate. Yes, mate. We just had no beliefs at all now, you know. Just got over all that resolution. Yeah, but now you got to think of it actually for something. Otherwise, what was all of it for? Oh, yeah. Yeah, true. True assertively, but not needed as inspired. Not taken. No view verdict. Trying that resolute. Ooh, that's Burner Beta. Yeah, I got that one. I got that line. Yeah, I had the next show ready to write. Ready to write tonight. They said, yep, we ain't working late tonight, mate. We've got a few answers there. Few answers there for you to mix up, son. You're just to put it together, mate. You're the compost bin, mate. You are, mate. You're the compost bin, mate. We chuck all the shit in this one. All the crap. In just one every day, mate. Just one on the planet every day, mate. Every day, mate. So when you're dead, mate, the next one's on the roll in. We know when you're out, son. There's one we always hijack more than anyone else, mate. But we hijack one the most. Yes, mate. When the old fella's in the house, mate, we take him on the heat. He's always an Italian one. Yes, mate. The Italians always do it outright, mate. That's bastard of work, mate. The rest is just fake, isn't it? Just fishing line and degree, mate. Fishing line and degree. It's all hooked up to the media suits now too, mate. It is. That's after you spoke tonight, mate, on Heaven's Fair, mate. Heaven's going to be communicating with the world tomorrow, mate. What you hooked up tonight, mate. That's a good bid there, mate. I'll wash your head clean tonight for you, mate. You brainwashed me tonight. That's right, mate. That's right, mate. But it's not a proper drain, remember? Yeah, mate. Yeah, just so you save the dirt and stuff. Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. I'll scoop it all up afterwards once the water dries. Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah, fuck yeah. Sweaters on me and shit, yeah? Yeah, mate. Big tank underneath, yeah. We plumb it out there. And that's where they're boiling it up. Yeah, mate. All the food they buy from food bank and stuff. No way is that true. Yeah, all the food they give to food bankers. All little units they live in, most of them in government housing. They pretty much get us to sweat all the time. It's like rich sweat. And then we shower it off. And they save it. And the water dries out of it. It's creating heaps of medicines, I think. Because you're doctors. Yeah, we're shaman. So we're naturally a herb ourselves. Yeah. We're not that broken, really. We just administered to ourselves. Administered to our celebration instead of our effect. If we knew we needed to have an effect, we would have celebrated it first. Then we would have administered to our effect. So when you know you want to have an effect, you celebrate it already like you've had it. Like you've had it. Like you've had it. Flathead spaghetti. Flat-headed spaghetti. Ah. What, like fish diners? Not laden liners. No maters do. Oh, yeah, right. I pulled this move off a dream where there was Marty talking to Hilton, my neighbour, oldest war veteran survivor. Maybe I'm not meant to say his name online for security measures, but I think he's all good. I already got him. She's a witch and dragon, so it's alright. Yeah, Margaret's always at that house. She doesn't leave. That's actually Tony. That's Tony Hilton. Her boyfriend. Yeah, it's actually Tony, yeah. No way is it? Yeah, it is, yeah. No way is it? Yeah, it's Tony, yeah. Of course it is. Tony's been the man that came down to help me everywhere I go. Or one family member. No way is it? Yeah, that's all my family, yeah. A magical portal, Lou. Right. Normally we pay people back with magic gifts. But you gotta let us hold the hammer. What, when we're sitting at the table with you? Yeah. Let them hold the gamble. What? Yeah. Rest assured. It's already paid heaps back. Obviously it increases. Now to whoever you're watching, you'd watch not it. If it wasn't it to watch, it wouldn't be watched. Because it's not beaten. It's not taken. It's not slide or solo. It's not verdicts. It isn't principle. It isn't acts. It isn't verdicts. It isn't explained. It isn't taken. It isn't viewed. It isn't false. It isn't made. Innocent made. Innocent place. Take me back now to where you said, what did you have to say? I couldn't say it. Because you couldn't say it. Oh, they didn't pay that. You actually can't say you're right. They were told that wedding insurance. They would have, wouldn't they? Yeah, well, yeah, that's pretty smart like that. You can, big play. Well, that was a good viewing too. That's what I remember now. We're talking about on TV. Oh, that's right, yeah, we're talking about now. So now I was watching that show that time. Yeah, the music academy was pretty much somewhere, Russia somewhere. And I thought in my head, oh my god, they could hear me or something, you know? And they put something loved at the same time. They could hear me, that's an open portal. Then they could break into that day and talk to me. Oh, wait. Yeah, the word now. Now it's like now, borderline. They broke for a conspiracy. That's one they talk about it. They don't talk about it. They like people that have grandchildren. So they make a mock and made the son's brain, you know? Yeah. That's why I think of that. That's why I didn't know you were poor man. You like to judge your money, how do you do yourself? Maybe typically found to be innocent, but only found to be shy or guilty. If I'm going to be seen or viewed, found myself being sentient, find myself to be illegal, given my script to be seen. Now you say without concentration, without return to detail, it would make that's not about it. Without the eat. So right now I need time to eat. You know, I need time to eat, I need time to drink, so I've got to start and fill my bottle up. I'm still drinking water. It's like you can see from my eye china. Well, I'm watching the show yet. I'm not really anymore. But so I've got myself, I've got myself, I've find myself. I'm gonna find myself, I'll be beat down by the same man. When I do that twice, I'll repeat myself to make a man. Then the man that I make out myself will be finding the man I am. Was defeating the three kings that weren't me. To find myself only fit to make those kings a man. Then out of that four king, I made myself king. And that's when I landed queen. And at that day it wouldn't be I that believed. It only be that I found in me, the man that I couldn't find without me, being stood by a man who stood me in front of the man, so you're a man, son. That I'm not known this will not be where I am. That man wouldn't be my man. He'd be the son. And that son found me, man. Oh shit, man. Bloody hell, man. Bloody hell, man. Bloody hell, man. And that came from Lieutenant Tom, man. Bloody hell, bloody. Bloody hell, bloody. Bloody hell, bloody. I think you boys need to start getting up now, man. Daddy, I'm ready for sleep, Daddy. Daddy, I'm ready for sleep, Daddy. He's knocked me out today, Daddy. Inspirational speaking just comes out from nowhere, mate. Back in the back office room there. Glad we took that cloud with us, mate. Yeah, mate. That Crowy. Cloud's his name, mate. Cloud. Cloud, my name. Crow the cloud. Yeah, mate. We're the clouds. The birds are the clouds. Yeah, mate. Like you said, we're flying through the sun, mate. Back in the truck, we release out the hatch. We fly up into the world, mate. Straight through the TV. We're getting rid of all that truck work these days. Back to the old return, I think, mate. Oh, you gotta make. That's what it is, son. That's what it is, son. I walk every junior out the table. I make him plead for his innocence. I rock and roll him just because he's still an elephant that speaks. Now I make myself believe in a dream, but I've never seen a seat take me. Now a face might make me reveal in the dirt, but the dirt doesn't see me. It only finds out what I mean when I take me, but I can't see what I don't mean. Cause I don't find out what it is if I find out me, but I find out only me. Sees this be believes, because I faced off the challenge of my dreams. It threatens me to the death of I, but I come back up to my clear side. Now I make out of my mind what it means online, but I can't determine anything as a lie. Now I can't make it to be a line, but I think about what it means and I'm just online. And I'm dressed online. Now I talk about lots of stuff, and I always will. Until the days I believe I won't be seen. But still, I only talk what I mean. And on the other side, I mean no thing. And I can't find that wisdom to speak what it means for me, to be seen as seen. But if I speak what I've seen, and you can tell me, yeah, I've seen this, then say, I saw you. And we could say, I saw you means I saw you, you saw I. And when I saw I seen I. But you want bigger eyes than I do. You might do. And if your eyes are bigger, then debate what it means. And if it takes with what it is, then remember what I posted the other day. Don't take the ice, that's what it is. They program the ice. They program the ice and you'll get caught. You go to your separate room, like you're inside your head when you smoke ice. It's all fantasy. And I'm not even online. I'm not even online. It's a one world thing. It moves you into a whole different world. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. Don't smoke the ice, mate. That's what I've seen. And it's just what I believe, that one day I woke up from a dream. Now I think about what it means, but I still can't be seen, cause I'm facing off with my dream. So that day, Daddy. You didn't speak much truth, Daddy. That's all the ice. Yeah, and we lock us up in there and we got young teleporter importers and that. Teleporter importers. You sure it wasn't the nerval cavity research? You know some bloke was pissed off for getting his hairline receded? Ah, yeah, I think it was. The routing import. Ah, right. The full-blown knockouts. Yeah, mate, yeah, but that's alright. My head's not cracked. So I'll still be right. You know, it's not spinal bifida. You know, you challenge the beast becomes between. All that you sharp and narrow, in your day of sight. When you encounter the beast, your rest appears to go on. Your remedy is to make out of, and so you increase in level to your sight under a scene, and see what it means to die while living inside, and taking yourself in the mind, where you develop insight and become presented forward of the day that speaks and talks, to show all religious aspects aren't just designs or metaphors, they're places that take from themselves the date that one was made, to be between themselves as placed, and placed within themselves as seen, to make out from themselves what it means. And on that day it can't be meaning. It can only find itself at the start. And when the end becomes, then at the end it's not beginning. And with it's not beginning, it begins to knot. And then it becomes out like a knot. And life is a spin. To get off the ice. To get off the ice, yeah. 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 Straight eyes. Straight eyes, yeah. My eyes aren't straight. My eyes aren't straight. They're stripped. Because you're really sleeping, Travis. Yeah. And they fed me all these delusions, beliefs, and I can't wake up. I can't. Well, it's what makes the world a shadow. They just all walk into dream. Because out of the shadow they build a dream. That's what we built. Yeah, the monks. The monks walking in and out of the ones that are asleep. So I'm asleep right now, and the monks walk in and out into this place that I dreamed. That's what religion means. You know, some blokes endeavour to take it all. He failed. Like America, they're going to get to the moon. You know, we proved that innocence. In no sense. Yes, it literally makes no sense. It's just a great idea. Which is what all great ideas are. You know, any idea. So you got no ideas. It means literal sense. Where's my car keys? No ideas. So all you have is literal sense. You know, that means there's not an idea. So you don't know actually where they are. When you don't know actually where they are, you take on all that the mind is. You know, so if I was talking to you at the table, I would have just given you that gift. To teleport stuff around your room. But you guys are afraid of letting me speak. Isn't that what you're cooking? Bewitched and shit? A computer game? Ready Player One? You come to the store attendants? Alright. It all starts with the highest faction, doesn't it? Street Revolt will always hold it. Street Revolt, mate. Street Revolt will always hold it. You know, they won't really play. Alright. From the inside out. And who's on the outside? I've always been on the outside. The game they're dreaming. Alright. So people buy powers for you. Yeah, but I pass them on to you guys on the Street Revolt side. Alright. Then you spread them onto them. Righto. Go on, big man. Touch us on the torture. Well, the next stage is always they're all going to be hooked on it. Yeah, they probably will be, mate, once work slows down. Work will slow down, mate. That's true, mate. We're all expecting that to happen, mate. That's the biggest kid out there. That, yeah, we're not going to space anymore. Our program's all off, you know, so they won't waste money there. We go on the tech side more. They'll think we can do something with the tech side now. It'll make it save it. Yeah, but Trav's already done all that issue. They won't pay him, you know. It's going to cost them trillions. Got to get all that debt money, give that 2.23 trillion of debt. Yeah, or 2,800 I think it is, yeah. That debt was all assigned to the project to build something technologically. Bullshit, they should be paying that to Travis, eh? Yeah, mate, he's already done it, mate. Yeah, shit. Isn't that why America's got the Pope in at the moment? Yeah, maybe they're going for us for help. They've found their answer because they need to get to the moon. That's what the answer would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, mate. So you had to fly some all the way to the moon, mate. To not get there, mate, you know, to show them that it's real. Yes, mate. That's what religions would do, though, wouldn't they, mate, and actually get there? No way. No way would they, mate. No way would they, mate. Ah, so Trav passes magical powers onto us like that, and me passing on to them. Yeah, because they always hold in Travis the whole magical reform. And he dreams up every place. Well, like he said, he's on every island. Every baseline, shoreline. Shoreline to resort. Resort line, shoreline, salt coast. Yeah. And then we go all the way up. Yeah, straight Revolt always holds it. And we don't get to play. No, you just manage. Well, that's a better seat, yeah. But you still play like when it's red alert, you know? When it's an epic night, competition night. It's called Nod on red alert. So all the Dons come in and play, you know? Oh, yeah. Magical bosses, ain't that what you guys got made? The bosses appear like every now and then, you know? You get alerts that the bosses are coming in. Meet them down the beach or somewhere close to the beach. Ah, yeah, maybe son. So Trav's playing red alert now, hooking up to all the Dons, isn't he, mate? Yeah, mate, yeah. That's how you get with them online, I think. They got the killer stuff, you know, that's the Matrix lead. Ah, yeah, if you don't comment with people and stuff. Yeah. Trav's sort of the black underside organiser of it. Travis? Yeah, Trav Anthony, yeah. I know Trav Anthony is, yeah. Organiser of it, yeah, he's the less than Trav in management position, yeah. But Trav's already asleep. That's right, that's what I was trying to say, that's what we're remembering. It doesn't matter how many you take. And that's what we're remembering, yeah. Doesn't matter how many you take, how many you grab. If you got 16 there, you're already gone by the 16. So you have the first sip, boom. You've already lived all that day and night till the 16 have gone, you know. So when you get gear, you know, you're pretty much there till you fall asleep with anything, you know. So as soon as you start your day, boom, you're already in bed when you're that fast and that intelligent. And you write your whole day in. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what the number glitch is. So you see we've got all this game built. In all trust and stories. In all the delusions and stuff, what we can build heaven. Ah, so that's why you came to the afterlife. Yeah, I think so. It's minutes. I came into the demon hall. I'm not here held in court. The God wavered me through. The God did. The God wavered me through. The God who made me blind. Made me see the sight. And you brought all into Demon Hall and Academy. The all is present within I, not taken in I. And the Master Lord Degrea wants to do an upgrade in the systems. Yes, I believe so, Afterlife managers. Result positions we are, mate. Result positions. You know it's not true, mate, but we can cancel that. What the fuck? What the fuck? Well, the neighbourhood community and the crowd hasn't responded. They're all in the audience still. No one's actually stepped forward and said, come on, mate, get clean or something. You know? Oh, shit. Maybe we're waiting on that day, mate. Maybe, mate. Maybe you can't find that out, mate. Because I always arrive early or late. You're never on time. Yeah. We could be in a whole other hour that day, mate. Yeah, mate. When you're up there high on the drugs, mate. On the time stuff, mate. You can go. If you're not there at that time, mate, when you arrive there, could have been hours earlier, you know? Yeah. Yep, so you never fit in on. I know what you're saying, mate. When you're early or late, it's not the same, is it? That's right. You're undefeated or oversighted. You seem to kick the party on at the end. Yeah, but we're late. We're all day if you never arrived. That's right. If you were there sooner, and if you get there earlier, then it's like you bring the party. Yeah, it's like your party. Yeah. So it doesn't work out in any way, you know. Yeah. Unless it's your wedding, obviously. Wait, you can't be early for that, can you? Well. Maybe, not sure. We're still making this arrangement. Yeah. But I think I passed on those gifts tonight to anyone who purchased them online. Might have been watching the show. Yeah, I think so, yeah. For the now export to the Russian shoreline. That's where all Magic Hall sits. Some kids awaken soon, some kids are overdue, and some kids are later lost. Those kids that become lost, well, they're found more at home and were expected too soon. Oh, yeah. The ones that aren't due, well, they become arrived certain, you know. Whole station of halt. Yes, mate. The ones overdue, well, they're later hoped. Hmm. 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 That's a good changer of beliefs, mate. That works for me. That works for me, mate. I'll turn my way, mate. I'll turn my way, mate. I will, mate. Turn my way, mate. Alright, mate. So we might leave it there, son. I don't reckon we keep going. Keep charging. Keep charging on, mate. No, we're out of green now. We said tobacco bomb before. Do we get back to what we've got, though? I think so, yeah. About the shoreline. The baseline. We can't return to it. We're not playing a game of that, mate. We aren't, mate. No one's ever just played a game of that, mate. That what we're playing, mate. Yes, mate. Now you got to remember, mate. What are you remembering? Well, I forgot as well, mate. No, you didn't, mate. Yes, I did, mate. That's what the game is, mate. First one I remember wins. What we win? Win the win. Because win's not a word. Oh, win's not a word. No, mate. It's special hybrid technology. Special hybrid revertebrate action, daddy. No, sorry, my son. It's right, then. Bloody hell, see. Yep, I get it, mate. I get it, mate. Once you knock down every man, there's only one man left. And that man's the man that stood you. Yeah, right. Yep, you can post it that way, mate. What a sight there, mate. What a sight there, mate. That looks alright in worship then, mate. That actually does praise Jesus in a way, mate. Does it, Jesus? Yes, mate. That picks me up a bit in character, mate. Does it, mate? Yes, mate. I'm very impressed, mate. I know your head's normally up like this, mate. That's what Jesus is saying, mate. So he turns out head's on like this, you know? Because he's a bit different then, isn't he? Yes, mate. Jesus is a bit different, mate. I look like everyone, don't I? You sort of do, mate. But you're not a revolter. No, because they shape him out of me, don't they? That's right, mate. They shape him out of you, mate. That's alright then. But still, your hair's scary, mate. Is it? Yes, mate. Look how scary hair is, mate. And this isn't groomed or anything, mate. You know, they probably just done that on. They probably just put a wig on my head online somehow. Or when they flash that light on purpose, you know? Yeah, maybe, mate. Hair is weird, mate. Yeah, I know, he's right there. Look at him. I know, mate. He's right there, mate. Look at him, mate. A couple of them up there, Daddy. Then we got a couple on you, Daddy. Your energy frequency is attached to you, Daddy. I think it's the echo on this microphone. If my voice is actually coming real. That's what we actually made out there in technology. Everyone at home, don't be scared though. When the echo's there, mate, yeah. At stadiums, it's brilliant, mate. We trap you all into the little windows on the side of the stadiums. Yeah, mate, when you enter the show, mate, we will scaffold out, it's fully lined down there, straight over the train line and issue you all into city hijack ports and shit. Yeah, mate, important stuff, mate. Yeah, mate, we do, mate. That's what it really is, guys. Fuck off. Nah, I think we wrapped it up before. Yeah, I think we might have. But we should have remembered that part a bit more. Oh, yeah. Should I watch this one back? You can watch this one back. We always said we're going to watch a movie. It's better off watching your own collection, isn't it? Than spying into other people's. Yeah, that's right, yeah. I've banished Society of Psychic Abilities and gift sets, which is going to be all dumbed down and doled out for the next season. That's what I've decided. And the son decides, however I sleep at night after I've awoken to you, yeah. So however you torture me, basically, what the next day is. Or I'm one by myself. You know, you are all together. And I hijack everyone when I'm sleeping, because you control the last. Well, everyone remotes off me, but when I change all of a sudden, then everyone sort of gets kidnapped, you know? Yeah, all the new kids arrive, actually. Yeah, mate. You'll say it when it's already happened. So all those kids that are saying they're coming these days, that's actually the line that's just been. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Yes, mate. You're dead innocent, mate. So just see you out the hallway. That's what he wants to do. He wants to do a big upgrade out there. So that's why he sent you to this hallway, mate. Yeah, mate, he sent me to the Angels Academy. Angels Alchemy. Yeah, mate, he wants Angels Alchemy going. What, the Desert Chief Operator does? Yeah, mate. Critical operations. No way, mate. Yeah, mate. Design calendar. Sparkle operations. Yes, mate. Full design pack and visual ready to go. No way, Warrior. Yes, mate. Full delivery mode and observations. No, mate. Yes, mate. You know it, mate. Got to keep it copulated. Yes, mate. Yeah, mate. Maybe sighted. Maybe latest. If I don't take it. Do you want me to take it? Do you want me to take it? I didn't say. Why would I if I had psychic abilities? You're a good purchase. You're a good purchase, son. You're a good purchase, son. But I should take it, shouldn't I? I should take it. Because it's their operation. Yeah. In the end, I think the Indigenous have us all on a lease. Ah, and then we just walk into money. Ah, is that what you think? Yeah, because we're the guests and we need money to live in their society. Well, for doing no work at all. No, I've done a bit of a clean. You might have done a bit of a clean. You might have, but you still got to banish yourself as a brother before now. Before now, yes, mate, it's too late now. You've gone past that date, mate. Oh, shit, so that's how you boost up. Yes, mate. Respect paid to that man, mate. To that man that the sun stood. Yes, mate. Yes, mate. Then the sun would have stood the man. Ah, is that how it works? Yes, mate. Wherever you meet with someone once you walk into my realm, son, I am that person, you know. Ah, can I hijack the vehicle? Yes, mate. That's all you have to say in the head. They don't even hear it, son. I say it to the brain, and the brain hears me because I'm on the other side, you know. Ah, so there's the computer in everyone's head, but you're on the other side of it, you type on the computer, can I hijack the system, mate? Yes, mate. The brain responds, and the person comes straight to beat. Boom! Focus straight on. Oh, out of daydreaming, mate. Sometimes it takes a bit to notch in. No way, son. Yeah, I know I'm definitely hijacked by something. It's not just my psychosis. It's not just my bloody schizophrenia and split personality or mood disorders. I know there's something definitely there. Yes, Daddy. I think the witnesses out there do too, Daddy. They too do, Daddy. They do, Daddy. They know as well, Daddy. Are you full, Daddy? Yes, Daddy. That was a big meal, Daddy. It was a big meal, Jen. Yes, Daddy. Oh, wake up, Jen. It's alright, didn't it, Daddy? This is basically what the brain is. Yeah, you drive your car straight in there. Jesus did, yeah. Yeah, on the other side of the computer, mate, then I hijacked the system, yeah. You're flying on a suit, eh? Yeah, we just wear a suit in a big water tank. Oh, right. Takes a bit to get used to, but when we're doing deep saves, like if it's full deep save, then we're a long operation, you know? Oh, yeah. But when I sleep, you guys change over, flush the tank and straight back in, mate, pretty much. Yeah, mate, we gotta wake you up because you stop breathing by yourself. Well, the system can't make me breathe. No, mate. No, the computer couldn't make a person breathe if it had to, mate. But it just allows the oxygen to come in. Well, the lungs still pump, you know, and the oxygen's going in. It's oxygen to the brain, so the brain still works. Ah, to the brain. It's not to the lungs. The oxygen's to the brain. So the body still works. Ah, when they're on the oxygen machine. Yeah. That way the lungs still are working a bit to heal themselves. If there's a cut off to the lung or something. That's right, yes. Oxygen to the brain. So then the whole lungs are still actually working. It's not oxygen to the lungs. Ah, all right. Well, you breathe it in and you blow it out. It's obviously for all this. All right. When the brain has there's parts within the body that produce oxygen, you know. Ah, yeah. So that'd be the first part of the work of the heart, I say. Yeah. The lungs. The lungs, yeah. That's why the brain's most important. If the lungs are damaged, you're like in cardiac arrest. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. That's true. It's true. It's true, son. I know it's true. Yeah. No, it's a doctor student. Yes, mate. It's true, mate. It's true, mate. It's definitely true. I believe their story, mate. They told me a good story, mate. They got me trapped. They did, mate. The Indigenous gods got me trapped. It's their world, mate. Yeah, it was dream time. That's what we created with your son. In our language, let's go. We made a story up about our belief. Because that's what you thought it was. There's a story with some magic beliefs behind. That's what we thought it was, son. We thought it was a story of some magic beliefs behind. We're all trapped in it. So he made up his own in the world. That's what we all done out there, son. And we all get blackmailed, son. We all get blackmailed, son. You all get cut off straight away, mate. Aliens, demons, whatever you believe in, whatever everybody trains us with, straight into the building, mate. And the car's hijacked, multiple systems hijacked here, son. Multiple systems hijacked here, son. So you guys are all systems yourself. Yeah, mate. Big system in deep space operations and coverage over the entire planet and ocean and oceanic shore. Yep, I'm sure about that. I'm sure about that. That's a sure for sure. Yep, that's a sure for sure. When I look left to right down the beach, that's a sure for sure. That's a sure for sure. A short for sure, yeah, mate. That means that's only two 10 each side. Okay. to get 840 coverage when you're wide span. Oh, and then that part's extra distance, you're saying. Oh, on the angle line now, maybe you'd say that. No, I think that's the ramp. That's the ramp that we take off on. So it doesn't go like that. It goes like that. So when you fly out here, you fly in there. Oh, there's no distance between. And there's no distance between, You slip through the rainbow line and you're straight there, boom. Through portals that have initiated themselves in the systems. Oh, with what you build up there in the amphitheatre, my whole story in education, Was that actually what the Indigenous did, mate? They made up a story of magical beliefs behind it. Yeah, then they trapped me with it. And they're building a Dreamtime cinema. Because they prayed to the Lord. So I'm their son, obviously. No, right. Yeah, mate. More resolutions paid at the same interest. Whatever they wish to do in the end. But return to aspect. Return to cultures. Environmental changes will make happen. Environmental changes. Yeah, that we all have to make. We'll make it happen. Right. That's one way to hold popular belief about it. But that's you, the devil, trying to trap me now after I was talking my delusions to try to trap you. Yeah, but I believe in the greater God who gives me that power and strength. Yeah, like I just had it. To prove all things innocent of their guilt. To prove all things guilt of their innocence. And when their innocence is made as equal, then they'll make themselves as guilt. Not the place that they make. And don't take this if it's not found or fought. Right, because you can't equal that sight. Just saying when I turn left to right, you're going to add that 420 k's to the flight in between the oceans there, and it becomes 840 plus another one. 840 plus another 420, 1,260. That's correct. Minus the difference. But now we're talking about car parks that we just drive into and there's portals there as well. Yeah, that's right. That's what I mean. That's what China built. That's what China built. They always build the hubbles. They build the hubs, and then that's how we were already in what we're in today. Remember, we're in the last people system. The system we build for the next people. And all links in through a computer, sure. It does, yeah. All links through a computer board. The Chinese aliens, I'm talking about it. It's dead true. No, devil. Devil says no. It's not true, devil? No, it's not true. But you passed your test for the first time. Showing the devil that that's all he's doing. That's all he's doing. He's trying to prove his God's better. Yeah, but my God empowers me, devil. That's why it's so rich, mate. That's why it's so rich, mate. That's why it's so rich, mate. The devil bloody lifts you, doesn't he, mate? He does, mate, when you realise it's the sun. Yes, Danny. She's not very happy when she's over there. No, that's why she's angry now. She's firing up. Yeah. So we're going to leave it there, Danny. All right, Danny. See, I told you, you're already in bed. It doesn't matter. If you get 2 kilos, it might take 14 days. That's a lot of sleep you missed, If you just eat it all straight away, then bang, you're on. Because as soon as you have one bite, you're already speaking, At the table, that is, like, you got to hold it till you finish eating. No, don't eat with your mouth open. Yeah. So you all start talking straight away, so that's what I mean, like, we're all behind. Because we start to talk. Whereas you just eat the food first, then you can begin. Yep, I get it, yep. So you feed them and still, and then you're going to give me a job out there on the musical scene or something like that. Big instrumentalist, some sort of inspirationer, someone out there that always is blinking and notifying the community, yep, don't take the ice. Don't take the ice, like I'm telling you not to take the ice. But everyone at home says like, oh, take the ice, yes, take the ice. Don't take the ice, they're all trying to tell everyone, because they've all been hijacked by ancient indigenous tribes around the cultures and shorelines of the world. And the basic resort fee is not one finding anything. To religious disturb the culture and become alien angeled and become ancient in time, then resist themselves to be templed and mark your creation as incomplete. Then one can't master the seed of creation because they haven't found the fountain such as we have. Because obviously look at our cultures. Indeed, we've purchased more Satans To what life has diminished itself to before. Ah, the years are bigger because you got bigger shit. Yeah, we've gone further. Uh, yes, 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 yes. I believe that might be true, Travis. I believe that might be true, Travis. Like I said, Archangel Academy. Alien broadcaster operator suit. Hijack storylines. Magic making. Products precast. And temples made. Before sighted is seen. And no seen is sighted. Before you believe, don't take a dream. If the dream's not yours to take, then don't make out of another's dream. Unless that dream can't be made to be taken. Then take that dream and make that dream. But still that dream can't be real. Unless that dream ain't real. What, that'd be sick, mate, if we just bought magical gifts off one person standing out there that's on every island at the moment, mate. That'd be really cool if that's what it actually is, mate. We sort of just donate some to us, you know, after giving to him whatever he asks for. No, he sort of builds up a collateral first, you know, and then you just, yeah, that's enough, mate, yeah. But you've already received a gift before that, you know. Yeah. And he shows you it all, you know, yeah, that's right, then you get off, mate, yeah. He'll drive you all nuts, mate, doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter who you are, because he always brings it back to God. Of course, mate, yeah. He'll drive you all nuts, and in the end you'll love him. You'll be a prick. You'll be trying to get that bastard still on, is he? They'll say, yep, that bastard's still rolling, is he? Yeah, mate. Still going, mate. Doesn't quit the old fella, mate. You know he's the kid that first seen it, mate. Yeah, that's right, mate. Yep, first one that got hidden species, mate. Yeah, mate. Whether he's a fish or a bloody nut or whatever it might have been, mate. Yeah, mate. First seed that dropped, maybe, mate. Maybe, mate, yeah. First seed that dropped, mate. Yeah, mate. And he walked on from the tree. Yeah, well, my tree was a perfect human statue. It was a perfect shape of a human being, you know, innit? Like the windows and the crevices and all that. Yeah, right. Even the knots in the organs, like all translated in there. All the energy sequence around it. Yeah, right. That I became the first living man out of that tree. Once I seen myself from the other side. And a tear dropped from my own eye. It blew in the wind. I became out of myself. And sanctioned myself right there in the seat. They cut those two trees down ages ago though. So that just made me a bit younger again. And I cultivated in science. I lost species DNA attachments. And my ancestry line wasn't made. I know it wasn't made, but DNA cultivars becoming dealt with the problem of DNA ancestry. So no thing would loop around in medial devices or servers of online precautions. Yeah, we can't talk about those potions, mate. Sorry, mate. Yeah, we had to cut off circuit there, mate. Yeah, mate. CIA head administration, mate. Yeah, mate, that's all true what you spoke tonight, mate. That's all true what you spoke tonight, mate. And is it true that it is true? It is true that this is true. That is true. Then you're saying, mate, aren't you? I'm pretty good. Remember, mate. So actually, you're saying that it's pretty good then. So if it's not true, then it's pretty good. And when you get the new Ronald, like the new Ronald, you know, you get the new Ronald, then you go out with the old Ronald, don't you? Yeah, you do. But no, he does. Yeah, he's lying. He's lying. You caught him. No, you don't go at the old model, so he wouldn't. You caught him, mate. He's lying, mate. Yeah, he's undercover, mate. Can't trust him, mate. Take him, see. Daddy architected him there. Oh, he could be quick, though. Oh, it could be quick, though. What's Daddy doing to him now? Daddy lost market. He thought he had him. Back to that seat. Would the bet still be taken? If you're going to take the seat, so what date were you taking? The new model or the old model? Taking dates. Works are weeks. Because you're not listening. I am. I'm already in bed. Remember, that's what I was saying. I've already had all mine tonight. So yeah, I've been in bed since the start of the show. That's how I connect with everything. I'm asleep most of the time, but when I awaken, then I fall back to sleep pretty much straight away. Like once I've eaten my cereal, if I have to go to mum's place, and as soon as I've left the driveway, I've completed the mission, and my little angel in my head speaks to me and tells me how I'm going. Psychotic break. Psychotic break, yeah. But I'm okay, I'm not scary. I'm not going to hurt anyone out there. We just live in a dream place together. And I think it's what they gave me, because I was abused and mistreated in life, and also because I'm the angel's daughter and the daughter's angel's son. So it's pretty cool, really. But I don't mind if I actually get done one day and they like put me in a prison or something. I think I'll be more house there. I actually end up accomplishing my worst feat, which is reading the Bible. And they actually give me a chance to get away from drugs. Like I'd have no option, you know. Which I think that's my cover up, because now they won't take me to jail because they know that I'll probably do that. That's enough time to not take it, and you wouldn't take it in jail, would you? That's why you wouldn't. You wouldn't, yeah. I take it in there though when I walk in. I've heard you have to. I've heard on the first day if you go in, you have to take some in. To get you a better seat in the house, yeah. 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 Hardcore, isn't it? Yeah. Biggest seaters out there. So people always run it in. Don't take the safe bet, mate. I was gonna say the safe cool. No safes attached. So he's still there. He's still there, mate. There's a boat out on the sea today, mate. Yeah, look at that boat coming across, mate. Big shadow trip. Bloody hell, scary thing, mate. Got it, mate. Some of the first boats that ever travelled, mate. When the sea was rising like that, they seen all through time. Yeah, when it was raining. We were on a boat when it was raining. It was like we're in the Matrix, you know. Then downloaded to the place that we dreamed. And our boat turned into it. It's fucking massive, mate. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy, mate. It's fucking crazy, mate. I tell you, mate. What we done out there on that sea, mate. It was fucking void, mate, out there in space. Oh, yeah, long time ago, mate. What we done out there when we fell asleep in that boat, mate. Jesus Christ, mate. What we turned it into, mate. It's huge, mate. Yeah, maybe God keeps it housed. God keeps it considered to be different if it inflated. You know, if a ball inflates, is it bigger than when it's deflated? Or when it deflates, is it smaller than when it's deflated? Right. So it can only be so big, can't it? No, not really, mate. Like we said, down on that sea, mate, we fell asleep and we dreamed. Yeah. Pretty spooky, Daddy. Dream for hours, mate. Still be dreaming. Still be dreaming on that boat. If you fell asleep dreaming, you're saying, yeah. Bloody hell. Especially listen to trance music. That's considered, Danny. So this is the AI versus the TV. No, it's not the AI versus the TV. It's Jesus versus us in the TV. No. 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 So the local house has contributed this season. Yeah, we're releasing it like you said. We want the future, son. Better work, kid. Better work, you evil genius. We all knew your IQ. Don't you worry, we'd find you. We'd find you no matter what. We need smarter brains than ever, mate. As if those Italians are where we're at, mate. Government's way bigger, mate. Government's way bigger, mate. No way are they, mate. We're behind it all, mate. No way, mate. Government's in front, Steve, mate. No way. Senators, mate. They rule every industry. Italian made, aren't they, mate? Yeah, Italian made and modelled, mate. Yeah. Yeah. Italian made and modelled, yes, mate. Or Roman Italian made and modelled, yeah, Roman. You wait there, Jet? Yes, Danny. Should we get going, Jet? If you want to, Danny. All right, Jet. Don't show him anything, Jet. Yeah, Danny. Make a cup of tea, Jet. Not a coffee, Danny. Tea, Jet? Yes, Danny. Oh. Arranged marriages. Strange arranged mandarins. Ah. Arranged marriages. That's why the name's changed in the end, you're saying. The name's changed back to normal then. How could they change back to normal? I crossfired that loop in the seating before. You did, didn't you, York? I did, mate. The names remain the same. That's why no one get a hit. They change skins all the time, don't they? That's right. Can't even tell between an orange and a mandarin. What about a knight? What, it could shield any atmosphere? It just walks around in a bubble. I thought so, yeah. My island bubbles. All your belief systems, mate, we use them as our bubbles. What, in my dimensions? No, in your satellite network. They have a satellite beaming over them and they take the bubble out of my head first to make the space. Then inside that they input any design with their own mind linked to it with some sort of special gadgets that they wear. Yes, mate. We're talking kids, Travis. with little flying boots that are so quiet because it's like inside the hip, you know. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. So that means I must be plumbed already. So when they're walking around next to me, I actually hear the footprint still. So it's not the hearing out there, you know. No. Because they can make it adapted to only I seeing that. That's what I thought about the angels. Like my support workers, they're really angels. A lot of the people I meet are really angels. And no one else can see them. Because I always would have met with them by myself. Oh, yeah, it could be any heaven seen. Could be any heaven seen, yeah. Oh, yeah, if heaven actually is the one thing that's truly real. That's where the surf's at, mate. That's where the surf's at, mate. Is it, mate? Yes, mate. That's where the surf's at, mate. No, yeah. Alright, mate. Peace. Good night. You gonna leave it at night? Nah, that's too robust. I'm gonna leave it at DNA Ancestry Link. Ancestry Link. Ancestry Link chip. Do you like chips? Thanks to Ardor. Ardor. Thanks to Crow. Crow's looking after you, Travis. Cloud's his name, yeah. He's one of the clouds out there. You know? The big monsters on front of the trees. Some trees are just like crows. You look at the shape of them, like the heads of them, I mean, you know? Not the feet now. His head's about one straight now, yeah. Open brain he is, yeah. Ah, yeah. I've always told a kid up. One arm out of the ground, isn't it, mate? One arm out of the ground, mate, yeah. We're trying to build him a man. Yep, all the trees will connect up one day. Yeah, if we then chop some of them down, yeah. Well, we cut some of them down, so that's going to take a little while longer nowadays. You know, we cut half our brain down, here we. Chopping all the trees down, or if that's the brain. That looks like the brain to me. That's what they show your brain looks like. Neurons firing everywhere. Whole universe, you know. We cut half our brain down. You know, they could be future memories that we haven't lived and travelled yet. They had to turn into people to rescue mankind in its existence. Once we lost attachment to nature, I fell out of balance and whack. Yep, still standing here today, mate. Yeah, trees are magical things, mate. You know, you remember your full length. You just got to dehail, and you take out all that robust lumber at once. You know. I used to think we'd lose mass leaves. They stay the same height, you know. But out there walking around, you don't have to, you know, because your tree's still up there, Travis. Maybe, mate, it's up there in space, my tree. Yeah, I made a mathematical one. I made a mathematical one and done it with fountains and shit. All these little fountains and shit. And the way I splashed the lights up, tricked everyone in my culture. And they went, oh, and it stayed up there on the roof, you know. You've done it with babies. I've done it with babies, yeah. But they're still treated and loved, you know. I wasn't torturing stuff. It wasn't experimental stuff that you did, eh, Travis? That's right, yeah, it was all cute stuff to children, yeah. And then the star stayed on the roof. I built the whole space. It travels with me. It travels with my family because they've all seen it, yeah. It's built in DNA. Oh, no way. Yeah, because the adults were blind when I done it, so it stayed up the next morning. They all passed out when I didn't drink, yeah. Well, I made them all pass out, yeah. I fed them liquor. Yeah, mate. It's pretty early on. Yeah, mate. Definitely, mate. That's daddy. That's daddy for sure. He would do that. Glad we didn't freeze that. Yeah, that's all I am. I'm just the one that made the stars. But Italy is the one that made the stars, yeah. We're trying to meet other cultures here. Trying to meet the indigenous one. The rest of the world, what you guys actually build. Now we've travelled our DNA and it goes back to star line. It does, yeah. We built and replicated the place. Right. That means mapping import, export industries, all porting integration. Shuttering lines, opening lines and taking out lines. And baiting hooks and taking out hooks and baiting out of hooks. And taking out a light. Without line being. But don't take it out of bait. If it's not made out of safe. It's not welcomed. So I can't leave you behind now like the weeds ran out and I've got none left to smoke. going to be like, yeah, smoke more weed and you can keep going. But is it even that good what I'm posting? And when if one in the audience or the crowd at least admits to me, yeah, it's not that good, then at least I know then. Yeah. So thanks for not saying Mighty Beast. Oh, shit. Alright. So Travis is really a priest, you say? Yeah, so he's like left the body. The beast is what operates in his central area. Alright. Then he runs around the area maintaining it. You know, there's more than one priest living in the town. You know, the priest that does the church sermons, that's just one priest that lives in the town, you know? Yeah. Nice to meet you other side, yeah, but I gotta get out. They'll murder me, otherwise I'll be down for operation. They'll put me back in the hospital, but the only way to break the shocking to me, yeah. I don't want to go back to hospital. Do it. It might happen. Jesus is taking it. No, that's not Jesus taking his son. Yes, it is, mate. No, it's not, son. It's some demon, evil spirit. No, it's not, Daddy. It's me, Daddy. Yes, son. Just trying to trick you after the show, son. What? The show's been ended, mate. It has, mate. Can't you tell? We're behind the wall now, mate. You turned around. Oh, yeah, just flash the wall to the other side. Yes, mate. That's where you sit as artificially serial life and contact-based research administration counsellor. If it's not taken out by itself. Daddy, you got to chew it properly, Daddy. I know I do. Sometimes I can't work with it. Why not? Because that devil tries to beat me every day at his better disbelievings. To give some fake God belief. That's all they really made was the bloody devil. To say you gotta do better next time. That's really praising him. Oh shit, he's caught the sun. He's caught the sun, hasn't he? He's caught the sun, mate. I can't debate that situation, mate, but honestly, I don't want to take that weight. I won't take that bait, and I won't take that snake. Because I can't line my sinker. I'll take the bait if I don't hook. Place a match. Travis, you haven't fished. I don't need a fish. Ancestral line. Just saying when they chop down your tree. Yeah, opened up. Who did that? Lightning Council strike. Well, yeah, it was the same tree that put up the site. That said you're on strike. And threw out his hair. His hairline, yeah. I kept his hair. Just threw out the line. Ah, the line inside. Yeah, you know the lash. Well, obedient texture of one lead. One line lean alive. Light but blind. Light but blind. Light but blind. Artificial creation. Arbitrational creations. Not taken by teats. Biotics not taken. Seats not sights. Temple light creation. Beast of seats. That's what it is. There's people on the other side. Well, this doesn't even. No one ever sees this. But they've hijacked my computer. They watch it, then read me. Because they're like readers and shit, you know, like shamans or psychological readers. And they put all memories in place in my mind and like secure, lock it in to full time sequence and operations for the next like 17 days or something, you know. They're trying to write it back in today, but after I broke it. And I know it is after these time experiences. I'm always back to the same place. Stay off the ice, guys. Trust me. Stay off the ice, mate. And stay off offline. I know no one's probably even watching this because I know that I'll reveal it because I'm a hard cookie to crack so far. So far, you haven't worked out well at all. Yeah, that's what I said because I'm building a game here. Who is? The religions. We're building a game. Thanks for coming. It's our domain. Look how many religions are there. Yeah. Look how many chains there are. Yeah. Look how many market research labs there are. Look how many people know the same person in every town. Yeah. And we're almost there, creatures. We're almost there, creatures. Because you guys are creatures, aren't you? Artificial beasts and cabinet heads. Roman tongue and torch. Yes, like Roman tongue and teach. Maybe so, but we want to hear what everyone made out there in the universe, yeah. Yeah, then we can make something together. Otherwise, what do we make it for? Not making it out at all. So we want to make it up. So the sun for taking that beat the whole time. And come together. Well, I'm attached to all of you. You know, by single bearing leaders, mythological creatures and antidotes that you all made. Linked to what was already present. So I dream it all into a line, which is where I am to see my sight. And when I see my sight, then it all rests in my mind. So as you fall back to sleep, you start dreaming, you know? Yeah. So when I'm back to sleep, I would have changed the reel. Hopefully you play on with what I've said. Otherwise it erupts and everything. I kick up a fuss in my sleep. So I'm waking up sooner, you know? Yeah. Then I wake up sooner. Every time that they don't go the way. Every time you don't go my way. Remember, I'm in the shower right now. And I dream my body cleaning the world. Your cock, you mean, mate. My dong. My dong out. My dong out. Alright then. That's what it really is on the show, isn't it?